anyị mapụkwacha na nzu n'ụbọchị taa bụ ụbọchị bụrụ eke nzu eke ka anyị mapụrụ wee na-asị na anyị ọchị ka anyị na-achọ ka anyị gbapụ n'ụbọchị taa bụ ụbọchị bụrụ eke wee na-asịkwa Chukwu okike abịa ma okike kele ụwa gbasịbe n'igbe nwanne otu onye na ya jikwe n'aka abụọ ji nke nwoge kọrọ ọjị a wee sị anyị were akwụkwọ egwu na-agabịa na mmezu wee na-asịkwa anyanwụ ụtụtụ nke na-awara Igbo nke na-awara ọjị nke na-awara Igbo nke na-awara olu wakela anyị na-eke wakela anyị n'oge wakela anyị n'afọ wakela anyị na nkwụ dị na ọnọdụ dazin song we love and challenge enu were ọjị ana were ọjị mbụ were ọjị agide were ọjị ndị ichie na ndị ọzọ na ndị kwuru eziokwu ka nka ndị mmiri ọgụ Biafra 1967-1970 our fathers, our mothers, our brothers, our sisters, our cousins, our nephews, our friends. Ndị mmiri ọgụ Biafra 1967 so unu bịa were ọjị ya n'ogbe ka anyị weta ya n'ibe ka unu bịa were ọjị n'ogbe taa ka anyị wetakwa n'ibe ka unu gbabara ya osiarị na be ndị mmụọ ka gbabara na osiarị na be ndị mmadụ ndị na Chukwu ngị na gịnị Naịjirịa na ozi wenezi enu were ọjị ana were ọjị mbụ na egede ndị ichie na ndị ọzọ ka ụlọ were ọjị ya kwukwere na nzu ka anyị na-ekwu n'ọjị n'ụbọchị taa bụ ụbọchị bụrụ ekekere ya na-ekwu okwu ya bụ ndụ anyị na-eke ndụ anyị n'orie ndụ anyị na-afọ ndụ anyị na nkwọ ekeketara anyị ọma ka o rerotara anyị ọma ka afụfụ tara anyị ọma ka nkwọ kwụtara anyị ọma ahịa na izu na nọ nke ndị Igbo ji eme ihe na ndị Igbo Chukwu okike abịa ma nga onwe gị mara ya were asị na ya na-ekwu na eke ka anyị na-ekwu n'orie ya na-ekwu n'ode ka anyị na-ekwu n'afọ ya na-ekwu n'afọ ka anyị na-ekwu na nkwọ ka anyị na-ekwu na nkwọ ka anyị na-ekwu n'ụtụtụ ka anyị na-ekwu n'ụtụtụ ka anyị na-ekwu n'ehihie ka anyị na-ekwukwo n'ehihie ka anyị na-ekwu n'anyasị bụ ya anyị na-ekwu gwa bụ Biafra ka anyị na-ekwu na eke ka Biafra ka anyị na-ekwu n'owe na-asị Chukwu okike abịa ma dododo onye ndụ anyị bụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu dubịa na eke dubịa na ode dubịa na afọ dubịa na nkwọ dubịa na ụtụtụ dubịa na ehihie dubịa na anyasị dubịa na maazị adịghị n'aka ihe oriri ya dị n'aka bụ ụzọ ma bịara azụ kpuchite aka ọkụkọ si ekpuchite ụmụ ya alapụkwara na dịrị arapụrụ bịa n'oruru ahịhịa n'ụbọchị nketa otu anyị si gwa ka oge si wadị n'aha Great Chukwu okike abịa ma onye anyị na-akpụ isi ala enye mgbe niile na-asị dododo ụmụnne m ụmụ Biafra ekeketara na ihe ọma ka o rewe rotere na ihe ọma ka afọ wefọtara na ihe ọma ka ndụ anyị na-eke ndụ anyị n'orie ndụ anyị na-afọ ndụ anyị na nkwọ n'aha anyị wee na-akpọku Chukwu okike abịa ma okike kele ụwa gbasịrị n'igwe nwanne otu onye aṅụrụ ndụ kwere kwa mee ya ụgwọ narị atụ egwu agbakwuru ezuru ike onye ike niile dị n'ọba nka ya Adonai ancient of days Elohim of our forefathers, Elohim of our ancestors, El Shaddai, Hashem, Most High God, Chukwu okike abịa ma we committed our leader n'ụbọchị taa bụ ụbọchị bụrụ eke anyị na-asị n'ụbọchị taa bụ ụbọchị bụrụ eke n'isi onye ndu anyị bụ Maazị Nnamdi Okwu Kanu, the Yeshua of our time, the Irokotri of our time, Ọhamadike one ọnụ na-ekwuru Igbo niile ọnụ na-ekwuru Biafra niile wee na-asị n'ụbọchị taa bụ ụbọchị bụrụ eke na naba anyị ndụ ya na-eke ndụ ya n'orie ndụ ya n'afọ ndụ ya na nkwọ ndụ ya n'ụtụtụ ndụ ya n'ehihie ndụ ya n'anyasị ngị na Chukwu ngị na ana gịnị ya na-ejere ala ozi gịnị ya na-ejere ozi wee na-asịkwa Chukwu abịa ma dododo nakwa nwanne anyị nwoke bụkwa our prime minister Biafra government in exile autopilot Maazị Simon Ekpam wee na-asị Chukwu okike abịa ma n'ụbọchị taa bụ ụkwụrụ ụbọchị bụrụ eke na n'Igbo niile mmụọ eke ngị bụ ihe ihe ọmasị na ihe ga-eri aka mmụọ orie ngị bụ mmiri ndụ mmiri ndụ azụ ndụ agha bụ ndụ mmiri iji agha bụ ije mmiri mmụọ afọ ngị bụ ana ya echekọta ya na eke chekọta ya n'orie chekọta ya na afọ chekọta ya na nkwọ mmụọ nkwọ ngị bụ ikuku na ihe ọmasị na ikuku ga-eri aka na ndụ ya ga-adị na eke na ndụ ya ga-adị n'orie na ndụ ya ga-adị n'afọ na ndụ ya ga-adị na nkwọ eje anaghị abụrụ isi ije wee na-asịkwa Chukwu okike abịa ma okike kele ụwa na ọ ga-adị ka echi na echi adị agwụ agwụ n'osisi pụtara ife dị bụ ụgbọ na ojiri gbuo ha Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ojiri egbu Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ojiri egbu Simon Ekpam ga-egbu onwe ya ọ ga-eti isi ya ngị na Chukwu ngị na ana ngị na ihe na-ejere na ozi ngị na-agwụ nsị ọha mehie ngị na ndị mbụ ndị egede ndị ichie ndị ọzọ ndị kwuru eziokwu ka nka Chukwu debere ọkọrọ afọ ọkọrọ nkwọ họwa ma ha nwaweza ọnọ n'ihu ndị nke ha duru mgboke duru zom iwu duru obi nwụba anụ ụmụ duru na isi eke otu a sikwu ya ka o ga-esi anụ ọkịja niile otu a sikwu ya ka o ga-esi wede n'aha Great Chukwu okike abịa ma onye anyị na-akpụ isi ala enye mgbe niile a na-agwọ ọ na-ere nke e mere ju oyi eme ọzọ isi emeghị ọṅara anụ n'ebe ya wee na-asịkwa Chukwu okike abịa n'isi ụmụ IPOB indigenous people of Biafra the genuine ones indeed working as seriously to make sure that Biafra is restored in Biafra land. Eze Chukwu okike abịa ma also the principal officers of Biafra government in exile autopilot ekeketara na ihe ọma ka o rerotara na ihe ọma ka fụfụtara na ihe ọma ka kwụpụtara na ihe ọma ndụ anyị na-eke ndụ anyị n'orie ndụ anyị na afọ ndụ anyị na nkwọ ngina chukwu ngina na ngina N1ger na ozi ngina N1ger ụra asọ kiji ozi chukwu okike abịa ma okike galo ụwa gbasi bi n'igbe when I say the N1ger chukwu okike abịa ma also guide us and protect us till Biafra is restored in Biafra land. Anywhere we are going chukwu okike abịa ma n'ụbọchị taa bụ ụbọchị bụrụ eke mmụọ eke ndị ibi ihe masị na ihe bịa ga-eru anyị aka mmụọ orie gị bụ mmiri ihe masị na mmiri ga-eru anyị aka mmụọ afọ gị bụ ana ihe masị na ga-eru anyị aka mmụọ nkwọ gị bụ ikuku na ihe masị na ikuku ga-eru anyị aka n'ụbọchị taa bụ ụbọchị bụrụ eke gị na chukwu gị na gị na N1ger na ozi gị na ya na ejere ozi gị na agwụ nsị ọha mee onye ọbụla mama aka nzu na aka nzu dị mma na we are whiter than snow na nzu enwe ntụpọ na Igbo na nzu bụ omenala Igbo niile na nzu bụ izizi a na-enye mmadụ na mmadụ bịa ebe mmadụ na ya na-ekwu okwu n'ụbọchị nke taa chukwu okike abịa ma na-ekwu ya na-ekwu okwu bụ Biafra ka anyị na-ekwu okwu bụ nwoke ọ bụ nwaanyị ọ bụ ndị onye ọbụla wherever they are planning evil against the total restoration of the kingdom of chukwu okike abịa ma na Solok government house of assembly house of senate house of rep local government chairman councilorship community leaders wherever they are planning evil against the children of the Most High against Biafra restoration against our leader also against the prime minister of Biafra government N1ger our brother Maazị Simon Ekpa when I say the chukwu okike abịa ma okwu ọjọọ dị nke kwuru gọvanọ ahụ wekwa n'ụbọchị taa bụ ụbọchị bụrụ eke n'oge jiri aha ozo kpasa ụkpasa na eke ozu akpọsa ụkpasa na orie ụkpasa ụkpasa na afọ ụkpasa ụkpasa na nkwọ n'ụbọchị ndụ ha niile oge chiri aha azụ ihe niile bụ ihe ụjọ ọjọọ kwuru n'isi anyị ọ bụ izinu na nke a gbara n'isi anyị whether say chukwu okike abịa ma any evil plans of enemy in our land in our Biafra restoration wherever they are in planning against the total restoration of the kingdom of chukwu okike abịa ma in this planet earth in our Solok government house house of representative house of assembly house of senate house of rep local government chairman councilorship community leaders traditional leaders wherever they are in their planet earth in the four corners of this planet earth in their marine kingdom in their Owonu kingdom in their Ekaka kingdom planning evil against the total restoration of the kingdom of chukwu okike abịa ma let their evil plan turn against their in eke ngina chukwu ngina na in orie ngina chukwu ngina na in afọ ngina chukwu ngina na n'ụtụtụ the evil plans of enemy will go back to them in the mighty name of chukwu okike abịa ma a na-agwọ ọ na-ele okike abịa ma n'aha great chukwu okike abịa ma wena sịkwa n'ụbọchị nke taa ka anyị na-ekwukwu okwu ya the land of the rising sun ga-enwe love and challenge anyanwụ ụtụtụ ka anyị na-akpọlite the land of the rising sun will love and challenge the land of the rising sun will love and challenge ha eke chukwu okike abịa ma anyanwụ ụtụtụ nke na-awara Igbo nke na-awara ọrụ wakele anyị na-eke wakele anyị n'oge wakele anyị n'afọ wakele anyị na nkwọ wakele anyị n'ụtụtụ wakele anyị na-ehihie wakele anyị n'anyasụ anyị ga-abụ ka ihe na ya na-ekwu okwu ebe na anyị ga-adị ka echi na echi adị agwagwụ na osisi pụtara ife adịghị ekpe ụgbọdọ anyị apụtaghị ife na ya apụtago na ya echigakwa azụ nakwa ya na-ekwu okwu abụ Biafra eke ketara anyị Biafra ka o rerotara anyị Biafra ka afọfọtara anyị Biafra ka nkwọkwọtara anyị Biafra nga na chukwu nga na ana anyị sị na Biafra aka abịa na onye ga-atụ isi ya na eke onwe isi na eke tụ isi ya na orie onwe isi na orie tụ isi ya na afọ onwe isi na afọ tụ isi ya na nkwọ onwe isi na nkwọ onye asị chukwu okike abịa ma okike kele ụwa gbasi bi n'igwe nwanne otu onye aṅụlụ ndụ kwere nkwa mee ya ụgwọ anarị atụ egwu agbakwuru ezu n'ike wee na-asị nekwa nwanne anyị nwoke a bụ Biafra United Channel Television n'ụbọchị taa bụ ụbọchị bụrụ eke dubia na eke dubia na orie dubia na afọ dubia na nkwọ dubia na ụtụtụ dubia na ehihie dubia na anyasị ọpụpịa na mgbatị a dịgị n'aka ihe oriri ya ahụ dịgị n'aka chukwu okike abịa ma ị bụrụ ụzọ ma kpegharịa azụ kpuchite ya ka ọkụkọ si ekpuchite ụmụ ya arapụkwana ya na-erapụ bịa n'oruru anya n'aha great okike abịa ma wee na-asịkwa n'ụbọchị nke taa the land of the rising sun will love and cherish chukwu okike abịa ma okike kele ụwa gbasi bi n'igwe anyanwụ ụtụtụ nke na-awara Igbo nke na-awara olu wakele anyị na eke wakele anyị n'orie wakele anyị n'afọ wakele anyị na nkwọ wakele anyị n'ụtụtụ wakele anyị n'ehihie wakele anyị n'anyasị ọpụpụ anyị na mbata anyị the land of the rising sun will love and cherish anyanwụ ụtụtụ n'ụbọchị nke taa ka anyị na-ekwukwe n'isi ya kewakerịa na ekewakerịa n'orie wakerịa n'afọ n'ekwu ụmụ IPOB n'isi ụmụ Biafra niile wakele anyị na eke wakele anyị n'orie wakele anyị n'afọ wakele anyị na nkwọ wakele anyị n'ụtụtụ wakele anyị n'ehihie wakele anyị n'anyasị ọpụpụ anyị na mbata anyị dịgị n'aka ya eri ya ahụ dịgị n'aka bụrụ azụ ma kpere azụ chukwu okike abịa ma n'isi nwanne anyị nwoke bụ Biafra United Channel otu anyị si wekwu ya n'isi ya ka ọ ga-esite n'isi ụmụ Biafra niile n'isi ụmụ IPOB niile n'isi indigenous people of Biafra niile n'ụbọchị taa bụ ụbọchị bụrụ eke otu anyị si kwu ya ka ọ ga-esi wee dị n'aha great chukwu okike abịa ma onye anyị na-akpụ isi ala enye mgbe niile
The silver jacket body with Biafra come Umokoko mad people everywhere Dara What you don't know is bigger than you What you don't know is bigger than you What you don't know is bigger than you What What you don't know is bigger than you. Hey, he dey make me oh gaga. He dey make me oh gaga. He dey make me oh gaga. This your G, he dey make me oh gaga. The worst thing you can do to a black man is to tell the black man the truth. Yeah. The worst thing you can do to a black man is to tell the black man the truth. Yeah. Ah, he dey make me oh gaga. Mama, he dey make me oh gaga. In this OG, he dey make me oh gaga. Sabotage, he dey make me oh for you. Obi daddy, obi them fools everywhere. Obi daddy, obi them fools everywhere. Obi daddy, obi them fools everywhere. When we talk about our freedom, we not go the fence. When we talk about our freedom, they go the fence. When we talk about our freedom, they go the fence. Yeah, he dey make me oh gaga. Mama, he dey make me oh gaga. In this OG, he dey make me oh gaga. Sabotage, he dey make me oh gaga. Biafra voice 247. Love you, we love you, everything me blood brother man, you know. We go Chris. Chia Magaja Evan. I got rough, Rasta man of God. Love you. Yeah. Biafra, you know. Ikuku. Bad guy, you know. Water master. Love you. I can't have a go on. I get y'all away with a minute. All them enemies of Biafra. Mad people everywhere. You are living in darkness, suffering and smiling. When we talk about a freedom, now go to bed. You are living in darkness, suffering and smiling. When we talk about a freedom, go now go to bed. Yeah. He dey pay me oh for you. He dey pay me oh gaga. Africans, he dey pay me oh gaga. This your G, he dey pay me oh gaga. Ah, he dey pay me oh gaga. Omo, he dey pay me oh gaga. I don't know what's wrong with the reasoning ability of a black man. My God. So I'm on a maximum respect. Yeah. He dey pay me oh for you. He dey pay me oh gaga. Africans, he dey pay me oh gaga. This your G, he dey pay me oh gaga.
All right, Biafrans, my wonderful people of Biafra and lovers of freedom, please let me know in the comment section if my voice is coming out clear, loud and clear. Because before there was technical issues, that's why we have to end the broadcast in order to start again. Let me know in the comment section if my voice is coming out clear. And I want you to remember that this very last song that I played said that what you don't know is bigger than you. And at the very end of that very song, it says that the worst thing you can do to a black man is to tell him the truth. Let's continue. I want all of us to pay attention. This very evening will be very, very significant, I can assure you, my wonderful people of Biafra.
Think about your life before the end time. Sorry.
Sabotage niile asimunu wepake enwe n'ofe maka na ọ ghọkwala aka mmadụ. Ndị Igbo tụrụ ịnụ si na egbuli isi agwama ntị ma ntị anụrọ. Egbuli isi ya na ntị esolu. I want all of us to pay attention because some of these very words will be among the bedrocks of this very live presentation that we are having this very evening. Like as I said before, Noya working on is going to be very, very significant. So once you are here, endeavor, of course, to welcome others. Like and share the broadcast as we move with speed.
Sabotage you are way back away no say. Makana wapana kamadu, muna fuji kwenanya. Le family rule, oge si makasuna no. Oga think about your life, because the end time is so near. Ndi mutu inusi, agwawati matiano di. Eburisi yana tresino, diri lege kuma presino. Makano panu boko, opa tichiria, abona boson mihango, ona yeku chikona kana. Asi maburo kuno male, ya buru miharu, namogara pala namu, sorondi bozon. Obado maketo, money is not everything. Let's fight for our freedom. For our freedom is our right. Papa mo baram si, na Biafra balamo. Iya buna nemene no, kambu paraya no. Baka no jife mata winyaka ye, akalo be ilo neseya. Oye wife wipara nifeya, nika bo panuko. Biafra is my life. Biafra, I must go back to our land. And just a one to go to say. If I would come here 4 years ago, gonna jump in there, so don't go to the Kahala. Mano, yes, no, governor, West in not to one Nigeria. Yabigo solo down Salahausa, can you measure my neighbor? But an open Gausa, as a good governor is, not at the Pandia was of woman.
Onye si no cholu one Nigeria yabiko solunda wosa na mugwa wosa sabotua sinine asemonu wepo ake nwenofe maka na ogokwa na aka mmado oka aloge mmani ji otutu we chube ewu oji maka na ihe na chi jie oye sikwa gi ike nwete maka na oji na uchichi bukwa ofife. The only difference there is the intention and motive. Now, my fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom who have gathered here this evening to listen to my voice and, of course, to address the issue which is at hand, I welcome every one of you. If you have been in this very struggle from beginning, especially before the inception of autopilot, you will understand my stand and you will understand the kind of person I am. You will also understand that I am this kind of person that do not jump into conclusion. Rather, I ask questions, make my research in order to know what is going on. My previous broadcast on Friday last week, I made a call. And I called some of these people. That have suddenly turned themselves into gladiators. I made a call and I asked them to organize a cabinet meeting and invite me, because I cannot speak on behalf of anybody or stand against anybody or take side with anybody, because he who doesn't know when rain starts beating him will never know when rain stops beating him. I was not there when all these decisions were made. I was never there.
I did not know when the fight started. I did not know what was their problem. I only said, organize a cabinet meeting the same way the prime minister left it. Let it remain that way. Call a meeting. Let everybody speak their mind and pour out their anger so that we can address it. That even if it takes me kneeling down to apologize on behalf of the offender, on behalf of the offender, I will easily do that for peace to reign. I gave 1 week, which should expire on Friday, this coming Friday, which is next tomorrow. I tried to hold myself till that very Friday, but something happened along the line. I want this very broadcast that I'm making this very day to be very, 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 not to be, but to be recorded. And it's going to go down the record lane. For those who think that the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile will no longer come out because you are looking at him the same way you are looking at the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I want you to know today that you have failed. I have not come here to please anybody this evening. Neither have I come here to tell you you must follow this person. But I'm going to show you some certain things, some few things that you are not aware of it, because the first music that I played said, what you don't know is bigger than you. What they don't know is bigger than them. I will show you some things that are very, very important, that you may know where you stand. When I show you what I'm showing you, I have not come here to do exposition. Neither have I come here to talk without showing you anything or without showing you evidence. I have come here to show you something, not to talk to you, but to show you something. And after showing you what I'm about to show you, you will then know your own stand. Today's date is, of course, the 11th day of December 2024. And the time right now is exactly 34 minutes past 8 p.m. in Biafra territory. It is 34 minutes, top of the hour, wherever you are listening or joining me from. It is 34 minutes, top of the hour, irrespective of your time zone. So this is a live presentation, and I want everybody to give me your attention this very evening. We are live and direct, and I want to assure you, Nachukwu Kikabi Amabine Ligwe is bearing us witness. This broadcast is reaching you all the way from the studio of the Biafra Republic, of Biafra Unite channel / television. And the voice you are hearing right now is none other one than that of the N1ger from Biafra Unite. We are live on our 2 YouTube channels, but I will be switching off one of them in order for everybody to get the gospel from one singular platform. So please, if you are watching me from our main YouTube channel, if you are watching me from our main YouTube channel, which is Biafra Unite with capital letter, I want you to check. Let me even bring it to the screen so you don't make a mistake. Let me bring it to the screen so you don't make a mistake, because I will be switching right now. All right. Pay attention. This evening will be very, very, very significant. I want to set the record straight. I want to set the record straight this evening. It is very, very important. I have received a lot of calls. I have received even warnings. Some people are warning me. They are warning Biafra Unite. Some people say you must not speak. Some people say if you don't know what to say, just keep quiet and allow us to do the saga. I have not come here for saga. I want Biafra struggle to move forward. It is a shame to me. It is a big shame to me that after fighting for this very liberation over the years, spending everything spendable, setting everything, putting everything on the line, including my own dear life, only for some unscrupulous element, that is what I call them, to come all of a sudden to destroy the freedom of humanity, the freedom of mankind, the freedom of the black world, the freedom of the black nation, the freedom of the people of Biafra. And you want me to keep quiet and watch this happen after everything that I have done over the years? That can never happen. I know that a lot of Biafrans are counting on me. And I will never, ever disappoint them, as I promise not to disappoint the Prime Minister of the BLG, i.e. His Excellency, Mazi Simon Ekpa. So if you are watching from this very platform, which is our main YouTube channel, with over 110,000 subscribers, please click the link that I'm posting right now in the comment section and join our sister channel, because that is where we all will listen to this very broadcast from. I will be switching right now. If you are here, watch the comment section. I want you to watch the comment section. Watch the comment section and click this link in the comment section so that you can join me or join us in our second and sister YouTube channel, where we will be broadcasting moving forward. If you are here now from our main YouTube channel, Biafra Unite in capital letter, I want you to click the link that I have pasted in the comment section so that you can also join us on our sister channel before I will switch off this one. You are welcome once again. I want to build my case this evening. I want to build my case moving forward. And before I start, I want us to listen to the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile. I've got some video clips to play for you. Like as I said, I have not come here to tell you who to follow, but based on what I will show you, based on what you will see this evening that you have never seen before, you will use your tongue and count your teeth. If you are genuine, you will know what to do and where to stand. As for me, I have seen it all. I have seen it all. I don't need any conviction. I don't need anybody to convince me. Some people say this person is paid. Some people say this one is an agent of Nigeria. Some people say this or that. Anybody telling you that anybody is whatever without showing you evidence, look at that person very well. He or she is the real Sabo. Anybody who called another person Sabo without showing you the reason or evidence of that person being sabo, then that person is sabo. We started this with our whole heart. We didn't come here because we want anybody to give us whatever. That's not the reason why we come here. We came here that we may preach the gospel to mankind and to the Biafran people, that freedom may come. We came here because we want to fight for the freedom of the children of Elohim, Chukwokika Abiyama. Not for whatever, not for any other thing, I can assure you. Now, I want to build my foundation. Because of the words I have received, threats, pleadings, many people have told me, Biafra Unite, please, don't speak. Don't take side. I heard you. I heard you very well. But I want you to listen to our Prime Minister, because from here, I will build my foundation.
That the evil will only strive when good men keep quiet and silent. In the absence of good men, the evil men will always strive. Nigeria have shown to be evil.
Like as I said before, I don't know what is wrong with this. I don't know what is wrong with this. Can you please, I don't know if this is still playing. I don't know what is wrong with this. Let us try it again and see if it's going to work. I don't know if it's from my network or from the software that I'm using. This is quite unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate. Please, can you hear our PM? Are you hearing our PM? If you are hearing our PM, let me know, please. This is quite unfortunate. I don't know why it's behaving like this. Okay, if it's not playing, then I have to play it from from somewhere else, because it has to play. I must play it because I want to build my foundation moving forward. Because of the calls, text messages, and of course, the voice notes that I have received, not to involve myself in this current shenanigan that is going on right now in our land or in our midst. It is very, very imperative that I make this very broadcast and, of course, set the record straight. So please, all of you must pay attention while we take it step by step. Our Prime Minister, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, His Excellency Mazi Simon Ekpa, has a lot of things to say. And because we do not pay attention, most of the times when he come online and speak, we just listen to whatever he wants to say at that very point in time and let it go. Because we knew, because we know that he will still come out to speak again tomorrow. So we believe in living at the moment. We believe in living at the moment. We don't believe in, revisiting or trying to remember what has happened in the past. The only thing we do is whichever one that suits us, we use it. We use the one that suits us. But the one that doesn't suit us, we throw it in the bin. That is who we are, and that is what we have always done. But I want to tell you, my wonderful people of Biafra, this evening, that time has passed when this type of thing or life will continue within our midst. So pay attention while I play this to all of you.
I want to let you know that the evil will only strive when good men keep quiet and silent. In the absence of good men, the evil men will always strive. Nigeria have shown to be evil for decades, and in all this evil of Nigeria.
Did you hear him? He said, in the absence of good men, the evil man will thrive. Evil will thrive. In the absence of good men, evil will thrive. Let me play it again.
I want to let you know that the evil will only strive when good men keep quiet and silent. In the absence,
the evil will only thrive when good men keep quiet. This very word from the Prime Minister of Biafra, i.e. His Excellency Simon Njoko, means the whole world to me. When good men keep quiet, evil will thrive. So inasmuch as I have counted myself, I do not need your validation to know that I'm a good person. Inasmuch as I have counted myself as a good person, it is very, very imperative that I speak up, I lend my voice, that evil may not thrive within our midst. Very, very important, especially when I have seen things going left, when I have seen things going south. You do not expect somebody like me to keep quiet and watch this kind of a thing to continue. I know how hard I fought before we got to where we are today. Those of you who have been here for long will bear me witness of this. Now, let me play it for the last time, and then we move to the main thing that has brought us here this evening. Pay attention.
I want to let you know that the evil will only strive when good men keep quiet and silent. In the absence of good men, the evil men will always strive. Nigeria have shown to be evil for decades, and in all this.
Have you heard it? So for those of you who have told me to keep quiet, not to speak, simply because you know what my word can do, you know what my broadcast can do, you know what my expositions can do, you know what my voice can do in this very fight for freedom, especially in this critical time that the Prime Minister of Biafra, i.e. is not around. You all know, all of you sending me voice notes, messages, threatening me not to speak up. You all know what my activities or my voice can do moving forward in this very critical time. Therefore, for the fact that the PM, His Excellency Simon Njoko, has told me that if I keep quiet, the evil will thrive in our midst, I have found it very, very imperative to come out here this evening to speak to humanity. Now, let us begin. Let me play this one again and see if it's going to play, or else I will bring it to the other side.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Number 9, be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger rested in the bosom of fools. When you expect the Biafra government and myself to act on certain issues, we don't delve into things with our anger. We take our time. But when we start, the entire world will know that we have started.
Let me take that again, because this is very, very important. This word is for me. For those of you who have been waiting to hear from Biafra Unite, since all these shenanigans and gossip began, this very word from our Prime Minister is actually for, in fact, is strictly for you. This word of our PM is strictly for you. Yes. Let me play it again, then we move.
Rested in the bosom of fools. When you expect the Biafra government and myself to act on certain issues, we don't delve into things with our anger. We take our time. But when we start, the entire world will know that we have started.
When you expect Biafra Unite to delve into issues, we don't move or delve into issues with anger or emotions. We take our time. I study things. I don't move immediately. I take my time, make my research. And when I move, when I start, the whole world will know that Biafra Unite has come. The same way it is hitting on the hearts of all the evil men and women that have come to destroy the struggle and destroy our freedom. And of course, Mazi Simon Ekpa himself, our Prime Minister. As I'm speaking right now, they are panicking and they are hiding in their kitchen, and some of them in their wives' blanket. But I can never spare you. I can never spare you. For this one, this very one, you people have touched the tail of a lion. Therefore, this evening, I'm gabo no Tony Mafia. Megini, abo no to ni mafia without mercy. I don't care whatever they have said already on the social media. It is none of my business. Truth exalt the nation. Exalt the nation. Truth exalt the nation. And of course, if truth exalts the nation, you already know what lies can do to a nation. Those who know how to paint words, trying to make it sound like truth. This evening, the Biafran people will know which one is the truth and which one is lies. Pay attention. I am taking you to somewhere, my beloved, wonderful people of Biafra. Now, I am building my foundation. Remember, we have not even started. We haven't started. If occasion demands we to be here for 3 hours today or this evening, we will be here for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, depending on what the occasion demands. I am not in a hurry. So if you are in a hurry, please just try and leave whatever business or whatever you want to do moving forward. Let us finish this one, because we are talking about the freedom of the Biafran people. I have a lot of things to show you, and I don't even know how to start, because isi jurumu, I have seen a lot already. And I did not come here this evening to laugh or smile with anybody. Before, Imalu, that copy, Miri, Bawaya this evening. Now, let me begin with this. Remember, like as I said before, I was live here on Friday. You all understand what I said. I told our people that those who are fighting, I don't know why you're fighting. I don't know what you are fighting for, but please, 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 and please, call a cabinet meeting. Invite me to this cabinet meeting. Let me hear from the horse's mouth so that everybody will be there and speak for themselves. I will issue my word. I will advise and also plead for forgiveness for anyone who has wronged each other. I will plead on their behalf so that peace would reign and we will join hands together and move the Biafra forward, especially in this critical time. And I also say, unless if you are not genuine in heart to fight for the freedom of Biafra, I made it clear that unless you are not genuine in heart. When I said that, I waited that Friday, end of that Friday, the next day on Saturday, Monday, and then a Biafran man that I usually listen to, a Biafran man that I give so much respect. I listen to him so much. I always take his advice. Called me on phone, who is not even in this whole thing, who doesn't show anything in the public, who is not in the government, not anything, but he supports Biafra from the depth of his heart. He called me on phone. Remember, I told you that I don't want to receive any call from these people who are fighting. I only want a meeting. I said I only wanted a meeting whereby I will be there and listen to all people. I waited at the end of that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No invitation, no call, nobody sent me anything. On Monday, then that very Biafran man called me on phone. We began to speak. He told me he has heard a lot of things, and some people say that I am among those who want to bring fight in Biafra government. I said, like, seriously? I said, anyway, I don't have anything to say. I asked him, did you in any way listen to my broadcast that I made on Friday? He said no, that he did not listen to the broadcast. I said, before you make any comment, because he wanted to say something, I told him, before you say anything, kindly go and watch that very broadcast. Then if you still have time, because it was late already when we were having that conversation, I told him, if you still have time, kindly call me back so that we can talk. If you don't have time, then we can talk tomorrow. But first of all, before you make comments, since you have already had people saying that I'm among those who want to bring fight in the government, go and listen to my broadcast. Unless if the person said that there is another meeting, they had me saying whatsoever or doing whatsoever, then they should bring evidence. But if not, if it's only for my broadcast, go and watch my broadcast and then come back and let me know. He took his time, went to the platform, watched my broadcast, and then he called me back immediately without wasting any time. We began to speak. We spoke for quite some time, and then he told me, I know that you have called for him, you have asked them to call for a cabinet meeting and invite you. But please, my brother, do not wait for that meeting. I know he will be listening to this very broadcast. I'm very, very certain he will be listening right now. He told me, my brother, don't wait for that meeting. You gave them 1 week, which should be expiring coming Friday. But I want to advise you, because I know who you are and I know what you have done in this very struggle. Please call that meeting by yourself. Call the meeting by yourself. If you can call the CSO, if you can call the CSO, Ngozi Orabeze, And the finance minister, N1ger, call them and have talk with them. Have this meeting with them and try and find a way to resolve matters. Because the man trusts me so much, he knows what I can do. I listened to him. I said, anyway, you have spoken very well. And I have never doubted your word before, because almost all the advices you have given me have all turned out to be good ones. So I will try all my possible best to call for the meeting. Then, before that very moment, that very Friday that I made that very broadcast, that very Friday, a call came to my phone. Though I did not pick the call, when that call came to my phone, I will show you screenshot. What you are seeing right now is directly from WhatsApp, but I will show you the screenshot of what I'm talking about right now. So, he told me, call them. I said, okay. That very Friday before the broadcast, that call came because I have limited the way I receive calls this time around. So I did not pick the call, as I have not picked call from other people. And then the number sent me a message. The number said, COS, call me. Call me, COS. I will show you a screenshot for evidence. Then, when I saw the number, because I did not have the COS number before, I've never spoken to Dr. Ngozi Rabeze before on telephone. I did not have her number. Until when I saw that message, then I saved the number. So, but I did not call because I made it clear that very Friday evening that I don't want to speak to people, because I've already received a lot of calls from different camps. So for these two people, for me, as far as I'm concerned, what I want is for them to come together. Let them speak to us. Let them pour out their heart so that we know where it pains them. So that anybody who is alleging anything against one another, that person will be able to defend his or herself at that very point in time, at that very moment. Not that you call me, you tell me your own side of the story, and then condemn another person, and then that another person calls me and tell me his or her own side of the story in order to condemn the other person. Then you are making my job very, very difficult. And as debut number, I cannot render judgment with the word of, or when I hear from one person alone. Anything I hear from this one and hear from the other one without them being present is a gossip to me. Because you are calling what only keep when anybody will keep maya. Are they possible? So when you're telling me something about another person and that person is not there, is a gossip, and I don't entertain that. So what I did after listening to that very Biafran elder, who I respect so much, what I did was to call, not to call, I sent a voice note. I'll be showing you everything and also playing them. I sent a voice note to the COS. I also sent a voice note to the finance minister, N1ger. Now I'll be playing the voice note that I sent to them, respectively, because I sent two different voice notes to two of them separately. I'll be playing that voice note right now. After playing the voice note, I will show you the response. And then I will begin to show you some other important things that you must know, that will make you to know where you stand. I told you from beginning that I have not come here to tell you follow this one or that one. No. I was not there when they were doing those meetings. They did not invite me to their cabinet meeting. I was not there. Anybody who said I was there should bring evidence. I was never there. I have never attended their cabinet meeting. There's a reason for that. And they will tell you the reason. So, for me to come and start taking side because of what I'm hearing on social media, Biafra Unite for that matter, not a different one, a person, I cannot do that. So I needed to hear from both of them. Now, after listening to that Biafran elder advice, I sent this voice note to them. Pay attention while I play the voice notes that I sent to them, two of them respectively. COS, Dr. Ngozi Orabeze, greetings. Hello, the Honorable COS, Dr. Ngozi Orabeze. Greetings from my end. Yeah, of course. Biafra Unite Kagini Aneku. Afugo mi feni naga on social media. And to be honest, I am not happy with it. I am happy about what is going on at all. And we're going several calls from your end. We're several calls from the side of N1ger. And I don't want to listen to those conversations anymore. From the missed call from this number, because I didn't have your number from onset till now. So after coming for this missed call, then for the message, they'll call me COS. So, Biko, na your guy, Monage Kuboku before. This is the first time Monagine Kuboku. But I believe Nobuna no tego ijuene follow the struggle for Biafra. Especially since Mazinam de Kanuju went Sugu. Before top pilot self. From the moment Mazinam de Kanuju went Sugu, so we go this struggle since then. Yeah, I'm at the role Biafra United player to get this very struggle to the way and level that it is today. Ejimobi Chineke Wenayogi as a confirmed Biafran Mbo Nwafu Igbo and somebody cholo Nwere Onwe Biafra from the depth of his heart. Like as I said during my last broadcast a couple of days ago, I think that was the day before yesterday, I said that I'm not on the side of anybody. Because even you because I'm not on fairness alone. I have never attended your cabinet meeting before, which you know. That is the truth. At your meeting, because a request from the entire cabinet to come together for a meeting and invite me. Can we keep the root of all these things? Please, can you hear the voice? Somebody wrote in the comment section that the background voice is not coming out. Please, can you hear the voice from WhatsApp? Can you hear the voice note that I'm playing? If you can hear it, let me know in the comment section. Can you hear the voice note that I'm playing from WhatsApp? Somebody wrote that they cannot hear the voice. The voice you are hearing from WhatsApp is my voice. That is a voice note that I sent to Dr. Ngozi Orabeze, the COS. And then after playing this one, I will also play the one that I sent to Mazi Ogenkere, the finance minister. And then I will start showing you many things. There are a lot of things to show you this evening. I want everybody to pay attention because many things have happened and a lot will still happen moving forward. Pay attention, my wonderful people of Biafra. So that I can't take information from social media and give to Biafrans on the side of anybody. Because even you work because I'm not on fairness alone. I have never attended your cabinet meeting before, which you know. That is the truth. At your meeting, because a request from the entire cabinet to come together for a meeting and invite me. Can we keep the root of all these things. So that in I can't take information from social media and give to Biafrans. Because of if phenomenon on social media, take your side. I can't do that. Oh, Kenya Kambo. If I'm dibu no. So Biko, actually me oge nkere meeting. Only me, you, and Oge Nkere together. Let us iron this out. Let us take Biafrans on our ways. More no ncha especially do Biafra and Biafra freedom at heart. Did you hear what I told her? Let us take Biafrans on our ways. Let us come together. I want to have you and Oge Nkere on a meeting to resolve this. Let us take Biafrans on our ways. Those who are watching on social media, listening to all kinds of gossips on social media, let us take Biafrans on our ways by resolving the matter inside. By resolving the matter inside. Pay attention, my wonderful people of Biafra. I will appeal to you to honor this meeting. After I can finish this record, send reggae now, I will still send another voice note to Mazi Oge Nkere, making the same request to you. You are the first person that I'm sending this voice note to. We finish here now, I will record another voice note to Mazi Oge Nkere, making the same request. Biko, all I need from you is to give me go-ahead order to host the 3-man meeting, to call for the 3-man meeting, which is between me, you, and Mazi Oge. Can we iron these things out in order to to maintain that word Biafra first before individual, accolade or whatever. Biko, ejikomi ebumu ikpere na we na yogi jiafa Chineke we na ariogi. And the instant the sequalogi voice note record all Oge Nkere send the alia. Obuna 2 of you did not respond to me or give me the opportunity, the go-ahead order to call this 3-man meeting. At the end of the day, I will still play this voice note to the Biafran people to show them that I come the Kwacha. Amarokwami phone na anurog. If I don't know what Amami Feneserono, I'm not there. So Biko, I will appeal to you just to give me go-ahead order. Just tell me go ahead and call for the meeting. Only more going with Mazi Oge. Finish. We are done. And I believe after that meeting, we are going to come out with a resolution that will bring everything together, everything be clear to everybody for us to move forward. In case you don't know, Mazi Samonet is counting on me because all money I do this thing. If this government to for now, all Kwamona Samonet Pabidoria. All Kwamona Samonet Pabidoria, in case you're a journey by that time. So Biko, I will appeal to you. Just give me go-ahead order to call for the meeting. Thank you. God bless you. I'll be expecting to hear from you. Thank you. Hello, the Honorable Finance Minister, Mazi Oge Nkere. All right, Biafrans, my wonderful people of Biafra, the first voice note that I have just played is the one that I sent to COS, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Before I play the second voice note that I sent to Oge Nkere, I want to ask Biafran people who are watching this very broadcast now, please, after listening to this very voice note sent to the COS, please, my fellow Biafrans, Is there any wrong word, wrong statement, wrong move that I have made? Is there anything wrong with what I have said, my appeal, or the move that I have taken? Is there anything wrong about what I have done? Please. I want Biafrans who are listening to me now to confirm in the comment section after listening to the voice note that I personally recorded and sent to Dr. Ngozo Arabueze. Is there anything wrong that I have done or said in that very voice note? I have seen more than 100 comments already, and all of them 100% is no. There is nothing wrong. Now pay attention while I play the voice that I sent to N1ger.
Hello, the Honorable Finance Minister, Mazi N1ger. Udo dịrị gị nwa Chineke. Ama m na ọfụma. Biko, o nwere reason you were send this voice note now. I have already sent another voice note to Dr. Ngozi Arabueze. I want to make a request. This request in Cholima, because on my last broadcast, I think that was day before yesterday, I made it clear that no work on yem kusaidia. I told Biafrans that I'm not on yem kusaidia because I cannot take, because of what I'm hearing on social media, and then making my own stand, or maybe na DC from your own side, na bom na phone, na agwame a lot of things. Pasalundi non at the other side of Dr. Ngozi Arabueze against them. And in this side in Dr. Ngozi Arabueze na akpọ na phone na agwam some things against ndị nọ na your own side. And then these two group enelo na miejia wee make my own decision, and then na agwa ndị mmadụ follow this person, or this is where I am. I can't do that. Or dibia ụnọ ka mbụ. Ife mbubu dibia ụnọ, and ndị Igbo si na dike anara ebi ikpe n'ọnụ ofu onye. So because I have the restoration of Biafra at heart, achọrọ m nwere onwe ndị Biafra. I want to call for a meeting, a 3-man meeting between Munwa, Gunwa, Mazi N1ger, and Dr. Ngozi Arabueze. Only 3 of us will be in that meeting. Because I want to hear from the horse's mouth, from both of you, while both of you are present in that same meeting. Because na anything ọbụla ịkpọrọ ngwa m na phone and Ngozi Arabueze anọrọ there ka o nwee ike ịzara ọnụ ya, I can never go with that, whatever you tell me. And ọbụkwa na Ngozi Arabueze kpọm na phone gwa m anything about you, against you, without going ịnọ there zara ọnụ gị n'iru ya, I can never go or run with that, whatever statement she may have said or told me about you or against you. So that's why it is good for 3 of us to come to this meeting. Let us iron things out, unless any other agenda or no between 2 of you, Bunobi. I don't know. I am very, very sincere and plain, because I told when the Biafra Omazi Ibaya Tagafu. Biko ejimobi Chineke na ayogi. Where we na abunani, when I yogi. All I need from you is to give me the go-ahead order. Just give me your consent to call for the meeting. I will call for the meeting. It may not be today, Sunday. You can tell me, okay, name Bosido.N1ger Njukwa COS, because I want to go number ya upload na phone. Yotago, odo emisrim the call, man not drop or message, no COS. So I will confirm from her if that date is okay. so that we'll put a common ground that three of us will come together. Initially, during my broadcast, I requested for a general cabinet meeting that I should be invited in order to speak and hear from everybody. But also now, I don't want to wait because things keep on spoiling on a regular basis. So I may not wait till that Saturday, not Saturday, Friday deadline, which will make it 1 week, say for the meeting. Because I am not putting any authority or order. No. Ejimobi Chineke when I everybody. Obono bụ Biafra at heart. As long as someone any evidence of sabotage against anybody, that means all in-house fight, we can settle it. Unless someone physical and substantial evidence against anybody of sabotaging Biafra or working with Nigeria government as the way it has a queer air. Obono evidence of that will be fine. Or what the evidence? Obono evidence. Kaina tonwe this meeting, iron nothings out. Onyamalo ifenero ya, or debi na akuku. Let us put Biafra first. This voice note in the send delegate now, like as I said from beginning, I send the Golum COS in Kea. In can send delegate now. Obuka no reject ya my call. Ogemme eku uchemu. Basalu this whole thing. I will play the same voice note. Man can send the COS. Man can record drogi kita. I will play it to Biafrans. Because you people have never invited me to your cabinet meeting before till today. Yotago. So if Nchoko no malo bonamazi samane counts on me. Because this government today, Okamona mazi samane bidolo that fight. Abono na malo today. I took a lot of bullets from DOS. I was the first person that stood against the in-house fight generated by the DOS. Immediately, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. I'm the only person and the first ever person who stood against it. And I'm the enmity of Butelomo, Nakandi DOS. So, Biko, I need your permission to ask me to go ahead and call for the meeting for three of us to iron it out and move forward. Thank you so much. I'll be expecting to hear from you as soon as possible. God bless you.
All right. Now, the second voice that just finished is the one that I sent to N1ger, the finance minister. So, I want to ask the same question that I asked before. After listening to this very 6 minutes and 55 seconds voice note to Mazo N1ger, did you hear or see any mistake, any error, any fault that I made in recording this very voice note and sending it to N1ger? Did you see anything or wrong move that I made? Is there anything like that? So that I can start now to blame myself. Anything like that? Of course, I have received almost a lot of comments already telling me that there is no wrong thing that I said or move. Now, my fellow Biafrans, I want to start showing you the things that will shock you. I want to start showing you things that will shock you to your bone marrow. I told you if this broadcast will take us 3 hours today, we will be here. Because after now, I'm not sure if I will be coming out again to speak about this. So any of you or your brethren or your brother or sister who is not here to listen to this broadcast or come back later to listen to this broadcast, it is not my fault. I have done my own part. So before you call me on phone asking me, Biafra Unite, what is going on, please make sure that you listen to this very broadcast till the very end of it, even though it's 3 hours. Make sure that you listen to it till the very end of it, because so many things will be revealed this very night or evening moving forward. And I may not, because I don't have time for saga. I do not have time for saga. If I who did I saga? When I don't have time for saga. If you hear me sagaring anybody, they call me a fool. I don't have time for saga. Biafra on my mind. The liberation of Biafra on my mind. Therefore, I have no time for saga. Now, my fellow Biafrans and of course lovers of freedom, I want you to pay attention that you may see the response that I got from these people. First of all, I will show you the one from N1ger, because the one from N1ger Arabueze was a bombshell. This one is from N1ger. Pay attention. No, say it go. This one is from N1ger. You can see his name there. N1ger BLGRE Finance Minister. N1ger did not respond to me. What he did, look at the voice note here. 6 minutes, 55 seconds. Can you see it clear? If you cannot see it clear, maybe you let me know in the comment section so I can zoom it more. Can you see it clear from your end? As you are watching, whether you are listening from your phone or you are watching on television, your computer, can you see it clear? Okay. Okay, fine. If you cannot see it clear, let me zoom it more. Let me zoom it a little bit more so that it is bolder than what it is now. Okay. You can see this one is from N1ger. You can see his name there. BLGRE Finance Minister. This is pure life, and this is his profile picture on WhatsApp. There's no need of showing the number. This is N1ger's profile picture on WhatsApp. If you have his number now, go and check. This is his profile picture. Unless if he's watching now and decide to change it. Now, this is the voice note here. 6.55 seconds. 6 minutes, 55 seconds. He did not respond. What he did was to call me. After listening to the voice note, he put a call across. You can see here, this is missed voice call. I did not pick the call, because my request was to give me go-ahead order. Just write it for me. Fine. I am fine with your suggestion. You can call for the meeting. That's what I wanted. Just write it for me. I don't need a conversation. I don't need any call from anybody. N1ger called me. I refused to pick the call. I didn't pick the call. You can see it's a missed call. After listening to the voice note, he called me, but I did not pick. Now, my fellow Biafrans and wonderful, and of course, the lovers of freedom, I want you to pay attention. This one was the response of Dr. Ngozi Arabueze. You can as well look at it here. This is her profile picture on WhatsApp. Anybody that has her WhatsApp number should go and confirm it. As I'm speaking to you right now, this is the authentic number, WhatsApp number of Dr. Ngozi Arabueze. This is her picture, and of course the BLGIE, logo down the picture. This is the same way it is even on the website, if I'm not mistaken. I may not be sure about website, but this is her authentic WhatsApp number, Dr. Ngozi Arabueze. Now, after sending, this is the first one she called me, which I missed, the missed call that I talked about already. Then she sent me a message, call me, COS. That was the message she sent me after missing her call initially. Now, this is the voice note that I sent her, 6 minutes, 5 seconds. Immediately after listening to the voice note, she listened to the voice note immediately. She didn't waste time. Immediately after listening to the voice note, what she did was to send me a message and insulted me. She said, "Do not drop this type of nonsense to me again." Dr. Ngozi Orabueze insulted me. But that is not my problem. You can insult me as much as you can. I don't care. In as much as you are doing the right thing, I will always support you. I don't care who insults me or who likes me. It's not my business. My business is Biafra first. Once you are doing the right thing, I will always support you. It doesn't matter how you take me. No problem about that. I must not be your friend for us to join hands together to fight for our freedom. I must not be your friend. As long as once we are fighting for the same thing, genuinely fighting for the same thing, and we are genuine in heart, you must not be my friend and I must not be your friend. So it doesn't matter about the insult. I don't care about the insult. You can insult me as much as you can, no problem. Look at what she said to me. "Do not drop this type of nonsense to me again." Directly from Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. No denying. Nobody can deny it. If she denies, anybody that denies it, then I will show the number. I will now show the number. When I come again, if I see anybody who deny that it's not from Ngozi, I will then show the number by the time I will come again. Though I want this broadcast to be the last one. But anybody who doubts whatever I'm going to say this evening, I will show more information moving forward. Now, as if this is not enough, my fellow Biafrans, having shown you the voice, having played the voice note to you, and having shown you the things that I supposed to show you, or the evidences of what has happened already between me and these two people, it is time to begin to show you the reality on ground. I want us to pay very, very good attention as we move forward. I have a lot to show you this evening, my wonderful people of Biafra. Remember one thing. Remember one thing. A lot of things happened. A lot of things happened. Somebody said, "I cannot call our PM and the finance minister for a meeting." You are nothing but a coward. I have called PM for a meeting very many times. A lot of times. Our PM you are talking about, I fought for him. Maybe you just joined yesterday and then you are talking nonsense. I have personally called PM for a meeting for quite a number of times, even before these new faces. All these ones claiming minister of this, minister of that. Before they joined this very fight for freedom, it was me and it was me and PM. Before BLGIE, it was autopilot. So I have called PM for a meeting for several times. I called PM for a meeting with Dr. Azoka. Madam Azoka. I called PM for a meeting with Dr. Nelly when Nelly was with us. I have called PM for a meeting with the other media people like in Sima Demanco when they were with us. So this is not the first time, and I made a great input in order to have government we have today. I cannot say I can't say without me, there will be no, I cannot say that. Without me, there will still be government. But with my input, my gallantry, and my great fight added very, very well, significantly to the government that we have today. Somebody said it was Biafra Unite Thunder's voice that chased DOS away. These are people who know how it all began. You understand? So with my input, my gallantry and my great fight that added so much to what we have today as Biafra Republic government in exile. So don't say you can't call a PM for a meeting with a finance minister. You are very, very stupid for saying that. You are extremely idiotic for saying that. All these ones who are today gallivanting all over the places, minister of this and that, they don't know how we started. They do not know how we started. So let us continue. Now, having shown you this, I want to play few of course, videos or voices from our PM. After playing these few videos and voices from our PM, I will then show you what I want you to see, what I want to show you for you to make your decision. Like as I said from beginning, I am not here to tell you who to follow. But after showing you things that I want to show you this evening, you will understand where you stand. Because what they don't know is bigger than them.
We will drag everybody to it. We have gotten 50 million votes so far in the Biafra referendum. And I don't think any Nigerian election have recorded such a number of votes. So, and that is to tell you that in Nigeria election, Biafra people have been protesting from 1999 because many people that are voting today have confessed that they have never participated in Nigeria election, and this is the first time they are actually voting. So they have actually protested until now. So now we have 50 and still counting because the voting is going to end on the 28th of November. 29th of November, we'll start the convention in Finland. And on the 2nd, we will count the vote, release the document to the public, and go into the declaration of Biafra. And then after that, I call Nigeria vote. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So now we have 50 and still counting because the Nigeria election, and this is the first time they are actually voting. So they have actually protested until now. So now we have 50 and still counting because the voting is going to end on the 28th of November. 29th of November, we'll start the convention in Finland. And on the 2nd, we will count the vote, release the document to the public. And
did you hear that? That the voting is going to end on the 29th of November. And on the 2nd, we will count the votes, release the document to the public. And then do what?
And, go into the declaration of Biafra. And then after.
Did you hear that? And then go into the declaration of Biafra. The voting will end on the 28th. On the 2nd of December, we will count the vote. Because it's because of the counting of the vote and giving the number to the public. How many Biafrans who said yes to the declaration of Biafra, and how many Biafrans who say no to the declaration of Biafra? Then if the majority carries the vote, that will give the mandate to the Biafra government to redeclare the Biafra independence. To redeclare, not to liberate or to restore, to redeclare the independence. Out of the mandate of the people through the self-referendum that we started since February. All of a sudden, I was only watching on TV where they are telling me the people of Ikemba, they voted rightly. Who are the people where are they, and what is the number of the people that voted? That was the first error that happened. And it did not go well with me because it is not what the Prime Minister said, and it's not what the Prime Minister wanted to do. Now, let us move to another one.
Government, for you to be recognized under international law as a state, you must have a government. That is number C under Article 1. Today, Biafra is not an organization.
Okay, this has happened again. Now, I'm just building a foundation because I have something to show you. All these things you see me playing is just a foundation. I have something to show you. So I want you to pay very good attention. The main thing that will make you to know where you are is about to be displayed on the screen. I'm only building my foundation. You know how my own is. I am not this person who comes on social media, comes on YouTube and start ranting on YouTube, insulting people, insulting them, calling them names and all that. I am not this person. When I am coming on social media to speak to my fellow Biafrans, I come with evidences and I don't just speak, I show you. When I show you, you decide. That is who I am. When I show you, you decide. So the voices of Prime Minister that I'm playing and his videos that I'm playing is to build my foundation based on what I want to show you. Right? You all will know what you are doing today. From today moving forward, you are going to know what you are doing. For those of you who have had a lot, onanuchigonti, onanuge a lot, blackmailing and all that from the both angles, from the both side, onyenka blackmail, onyenka, only to talk, only talk on social media without showing you something tangible that you need to go home with, that you need to reason with. They will talk. Onyenka, Nigeria government, menka, no evidence. Today, we are going to put all these things to bin, to garbage, and we move on with reality. Now, listen.
Number C, a government. For you to be recognized under international law as a state, you must have a government. That is number C under Article 1. Today, Biafra is not an organization. It's not IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra, registered in London. We are a government in exile. We have also a de facto government in the homeland for easy transition of government as soon as recognition starts coming. We have put everything in place. I want you to understand what we are doing because you people don't.
Did you hear that? He said, today we have a government and we have a government in exile and the de facto government in the homeland. For what? For easy let me play it again. Let me play that again.
Number C, a government. For you to be recognized under international law as a state, you must have a government. That is number C under Article 1. Today, Biafra is not an organization. It's not IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra, registered in London. We are a government in exile. We have also a de facto government in the homeland for easy transition of government as soon as recognition.
Did you hear that? Today, we have a government in exile for easy transition of a government in, when the recognition begins to come in. We have a government in exile and de facto government in the homeland. For what? For easy transition of government when the recognition of Biafra begins to come. I want you to pay attention because after this today, I will throw a challenge. I've had a lot of, concocted and people trying to twist the words of our Prime Minister. They have already succeeded in twisting it. I will give them a challenge this evening. Listen and listen very, very good. I will play it for the last time before showing you the main things that I want to show you this evening. Now, listen.
Number C, a government. For you to be recognized under international law as a state, you must have a government. That is number C under Article 1. Today, Biafra is not an organization. It's not IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra, registered in London. We are a government in exile. We have also a de facto government in the homeland for easy transition of government as soon as recognition starts coming. We have put everything in place. I want you to understand what we are doing because you people don't know what we are doing.
Did you get that? We have a government in exile and de facto government in the homeland for easy transition of government once the recognition starts coming. I want you to outline that because I heard that they have dissolved the Biafra Republic government in exile. I heard that they have dissolved it. Some people say that PM said after the declaration of Biafra, they are going to dissolve the government in exile. It is a lie. PM said after the liberation of Biafra, we are going to go into, oh no, do I even have to start explaining? Let me begin to show you this immediately. No time to waste. No time to waste. It is a big lie. Our prime minister can never tell you after declaration because he knows declaration is a mere spoken word. It is not liberation. He said, after the liberation of Biafra, I'm going to challenge anybody who is trying to twist it. I will give them a challenge this evening, but let's see this. Now, my fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom, some of you think that I have taken side. I have never taken any side, and I will never ever take any side. I will only stand with what is right. Pay attention to this. A lot of people, so many of us, African people, there's this word that says, if you want to, confuse an African man, put that word in is it on the book or what? Put it in a book so that because we don't have time to read. Everything that's supposed to happen today in this very struggle is already enshrined in the Biafra Charter, which all the members of Cabinet of Biafra and Biafrans who attended the convention in October 2023 in Finland signed this very charter, and it becomes a law. It becomes a law. It becomes the law of the Biafra nation. All of them from A to Z, they signed it. They deliberated on it and signed it to start to be effective. Today, we are seeing something different. Now, my brothers and sisters, this is Biafra Charter. I know they will be shocked. They will be shocked now. All the people who have gone against what is written already on Biafra Charter will be panicking now. Now, pay attention. After this, we are going to end the broadcast. Or maybe I will take questions from few individuals. I will put the link out there for you to, come in and make your speech or ask me questions. I want strong questions from anybody who does not understand what I'm going to say moving forward or what I have said already. Now, on the 20th of October, 2023, Biafrans from all walks of life gathered in Finland in a convention which gave birth to Biafra Charter. This Biafra Charter is not one of is the most important reason Biafrans gathered from all walks of life in Finland in October 2023 to produce this very charter that will govern Biafra until we produce our constitution. It is called the Biafra Charter. I have it. I have it. It is with me. The same way all the cabinet have it. The same way I have it. Now, the Biafra Charter, you can see clear. Can you see it clear on your screen? Can you see it on your screen? Let me know in the comment section. I have a lot to say this evening. Can you see it on your screen? Let me know. Is it clear on your screen? If it's clear, let me know in the comment section. I am not here to side anybody. Anything we see on the charter is what we are going to follow. Any other thing outside the charter is a treasonable offense. Anything that you do outside the Constitution is a treasonable offense, and you will be answerable to it. You will go to jail for it. If you do anything that is outside the Constitution, as a matter of fact, this very charter is our Constitution until the constitutional constitution is produced to Biafrans for us to follow. For now, this charter is our Constitution. Anything you do outside this very charter is a treasonable offense, and you will be answerable to it. It is very pure as ABC. So those of you asking me, where is your stand, blah, blah, blah. When you want to confuse a black man, put that word in a book, because it is, with all his education, go to Cambridge, come back. We don't have time to read. We do not have time to read in order to understand what, even when we are managing to read it, when we manage to read it, our mind is not there because our mind is on our business and our money. Now, pay attention. I will explain all these things. I will explain them to you. This is Biafra Charter, definition of charter, number 2. This document, the Biafra Charter, the charter, is the organic and foundation and foundational agreement for the establishment of a national structure. This charter is what brought all Biafrans, including the finance minister, including the chief of staff, including all of them that gathered in Finland in October 2023 to declare this charter. This is the main thing that brought all of them to Finland, and this charter is what gave birth to the redeclaration of Biafra 2024 that just happened a couple of days ago. So pay attention. Don't be confused. Do not allow any individual to come on social media to lay a baseless allegation against anyone without any proof to confuse you. We have gone beyond explanatory exposition. We have gone beyond explanatory exposition. When people will come and face the camera on Facebook or whatever and start telling you, without showing you any tangible reason or evidence, a substantial evidence of what they are saying, I call them rabble rousers and gossipers. I don't belong to that very, category. I don't belong to that category, not Biafra Unite, not me or the N1ger. Now, let's take this. Your eyes will open this evening because I know what I'm doing now. Many of you, 95% of you watching this very broadcast now have never thought of it, have never come here, have never reasoned this, have never even read this very charter. This is our law. This is our law. Pay attention. This document, the Biafra Charter, the charter, is the organic and foundational agreement for the establishment of a national structure, governance structure, governing authority, and basic code of conduct for the functionaries and peoples of Biafra. For the functionaries and peoples of Biafra. The Biafra Charter is a formal instrument which at once constitutes, pay attention, authority, number 1, number 2, mandate, number 3, contract, number 4, memorandum, number 5, terms of reference, and number 6, reference. And it went on to say, for the matters which are addressed or referenced by the charter, and in accord with such matters addressed or referenced therein, granted by the nation of Biafra, through the collectivity of the representatives of the communities and peoples of Biafra to the functionaries and for the functions stated in the charter. Then, purpose of charter, the purpose of this very charter, pay attention, my wonderful people of Biafra. Number one, the primary purpose of the charter is to establish an enduring national structure. The primary purpose of this very charter is to establish an enduring national structure. Enduring national structure. Enduring national, to establish an enduring national structure. I want you to outline it. Outline that. Very, very important. Now, governance structure and basic code of conduct for the people and the functionaries as directed by the peoples of Biafra, which contribute to and inform a future national constitution. And it says, which contribute to and inform a future national constitution. Are you paying attention, my wonderful people of Biafra? This is very, very important. And now let's move to another page. The importance of what I'm doing now, the importance of what I'm doing now is to show you who is wrong or who is right and where you are supposed to stand. Are you paying attention? And who has come to destroy what we are doing? Who has come to destroy our freedom? We are talking about who, what I'm doing. I'm not here to explain to you about any human being. What I'm doing now will show you who has come to destroy our freedom. Now listen. Second, in addition, the charter has provided the platform for the formation of Biafra Republic Government in Exile, BRGIE, and Biafra de facto government, BDFG, to serve the nation and people of Biafra during the period that Biafra is under the occupation of Nigeria. Are you paying attention? Can I translate here in Igbo? Do you want me to be translating it in Igbo when I read? But remember, we haven't even gotten to the main point. Listen and pay attention. Organization of charter. This document is sectionalized into A, Biafra Charter Authorization, B, the federal structure of Biafra, C, the charter constituting the government of the Federation of Biafra, the charter constituting the government of the Federation of Biafra, D, the declaration of 9 basic laws, and E, amendments. E is amendment. Now, listen, Biafra Charter Authorization. Biafra Charter Authorization. Whereas the peoples and nation of Biafra and their land and property find themselves under physical, sociological, political, economic, and physiological subjugation since the 1914 amalgamation of the Southern and Northern Protectorate, and has continued under different political dispensations by the state of Nigeria. In particular, since 1970, a state of occupation by Nigeria of Biafra has existed and continues to exist with indiscriminate killings of Biafra people, forceful disappearance of Biafra people, unlawful invasion, destruction of properties, homes and businesses, government-sponsored invasion of indigenous communities, and being aided by the military, police, and other security agencies with the main objectives of ethnic cleansing, land grabbing, and Islamization. Now, unwilling to continue to live under such stifling servitude while suffering such indignities as are inappropriate for human beings, Biafrans are determined to exercise their natural and legal right to freedom and liberty. Listen and listen very good, because I'm coming to your doorsteps. It says, now, therefore, we the peoples of the Federation of Biafra have resolved. We have gotten there now. Listen. Have resolved to actualize, renew, reaffirm, and continue in accordance and pursuant to the May 30, 1967 Biafra Independence Declaration with all the implications thereof. In reaffirming the independence of Biafra, the peoples and nation of Biafra make neither war nor peace with the state or peoples of Nigeria. Rather, we exercise a natural right, a popular right, a political right, and a right supported by the United Nations Organization Charter and international laws. The right of self-determination, right to self-defense, and right to self-governance. In the certain realization that only the effective exercise of self-determination by the peoples and nation of Biafra will end the state of occupation and subjugation by Nigeria of Biafra. In furtherance of this exercise, the Biafra Charter, a formal framework of the people and nation of Biafra, lends authority to and issues a mandate for the creation and formation of Biafra de facto government, BDFG. Listen, my people, with this, you will learn this very evening. Mandate of BDFG, mandate of Biafra de facto government. To create, form, operate, and manage a de facto government for and by the peoples and nation of Biafra, such government, such government to function in the meantime, as a bona fide government of Biafra in the manner of legal, customary, and decent governments. To secure the freedom and liberty of Biafra in its peoples from occupation by Nigeria, based on self-determination, paradigm, and principles with all haste and by all means necessary. To represent the sovereignty and interests of Biafra and its people in the region and in the world at large. To project the sovereignty, independence, and humanity of Biafra and its people at all times. Now, pay attention. We have gotten now to the main case that we are treating today. If I treat it today, what we are treating today is where we are now. We have entered there. And I want every one of you to pay attention. I will show you where to go so that if you want to go and read for yourself, you will go there to the page where I'm reading now in order to read for yourself and confirm it for yourself. Now listen. To constitute a transitional government of Biafra, which is known as TGB, Transitional Government of Biafra. Remember, I played you our PM's, conversation, which he talked about the transitional government of Biafra. Now he said, this very charter, the Biafran charter said, to constitute a transitional government of Biafra, TGB, immediately after liberation of Biafra from Nigeria. Now, to constitute a transitional government of Biafra known as TGB immediately after liberation of Biafra from Nigeria for a specified and finite duration not to exceed 4 years. My people, I want you to reason today. If today happens to be the only day you can reason, please utilize today to reason, because what Nigeria has come to do is to destroy us completely. After the arrest of our prime minister, Nigeria came to destroy us within. So I want you to reason. Follow this very, lecture very, very well. I want you to leave every other thing you are doing and focus, because I may not be able to do this again. I am not here for saga, so I may not be able to do this again. This may be only one time that I'll have time to do this. Pay attention, my wonderful people of Biafra. Now, let's take that again. To constitute a transitional government of Biafra, which PM had already said based on the conversation that I played for you before coming here, before coming to the Biafra Charter, from PM direct. To constitute a transitional government of Biafra known as TGB immediately after liberation of Biafra, immediately after liberation of Biafra, not immediately after declaration in Finland. We are still in exile. In case you don't know, don't let anybody confuse you. We are still in exile. And I don't want to talk first. Let me finish reading, then I'll talk. Now, immediately after liberation of Biafra from Nigeria for a specified and infinite duration not to exceed 4 years, pending the formalization of Biafra state structures, post-occupation and post-liberation. Onana nuko Igbo ono cholo kana translate ya n'Igbo. Omu banye, omu Biafra, the Biafran people. Do you people understand it? Do you people understand it, or you want me to translate it in Igbo language? Let me take that again. It says, immediately after liberation of Biafra from Nigeria for a specified and infinite duration not to exceed 4 years, pending the formalization of Biafra state. Listen, the formalization of Biafran state structures, post-occupation and post-liberation. Everything, before we even talk about anything, we are going to first of all liberate ourselves from Nigeria, and this transitional government is post-occupation and post-liberation, post-occupation of Nigeria in Biafra territory, and post-liberation after we must have, evicted Nigeria from Biafra and liberate ourselves from Nigeria. Then we begin to talk about transitional government. We haven't even come to BRGIE. We haven't come to, I want you to follow. Borrow ear this evening. Borrow ear this evening. Borrow ear this evening. I know the reason I said that. Not for insult. I know the reason I said that. Now, to secure Biafra people and its territory, the Biafra Republic government in exile has formed and deployed the Biafra Liberation Army, BLA, Biafra Resistance Fighters, BRF, and Biafra Air Force, Biafra Navy, the Black Marines, and the Dragon Fighters Marine. Structures of BDFG. The Biafra de facto government shall consist of 2 arms. Now, Ugo Ebelugonambawu, and I want everybody to listen. Ugo Ebelugonambawu. Now, the functions of BDFG, Biafra de facto government in the homeland. Now, the Biafra de facto government shall consist of 2 arms. A Biafra Republic government in exile, BRGIE, which is number 1, based outside of Biafra. Remember, the Biafra government consists 2 arms. Number 1 is BRGIE, which is based outside of Biafra. And number 2, a Biafra government within Biafra, to be known as Biafra Republic government in the homeland, known as BRGH. Biafra Republic government in the homeland. Now, both arms shall function in tight coordination and in harmony with the BRGIA in the apex role. The BRGIA will be in the apex role, which is Biafra Republic government in exile, will be in the apex role, because every decision and things we will be doing will come from BRGIA down to de facto in the homeland. Right? Now let's continue. Functions of BDFG. The sole function of Biafra Republic Government in Exile and Biafra de facto government is to carry out the mandate of the Biafra de facto government as stated in the Biafra Charter Authorization. BLGIE shall respect laws of host communities in furtherance of this mandate. BLGIE shall respect international laws dealing with self-determination and protection of human rights and rely in particular on the Geneva Conventions Protocol 2. BDFG, Biafra de facto government in homeland will work with our peoples at home. Will work with our peoples at home in Biafra territory and in Nigeria.
Remain adamant that he probably is not going to allow this. He said the unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable. That clearly indicates that he's not going to relent in his push to silence any voice of dissent as far as that position is concerned. So which way forward to heal the divide between or amongst the Nigerians, especially on Biafra crisis?
I think the best thing is to ask them what they want. I remember one time Professor Wole Soyinka said, if we can continue fighting Biafrans for such a long time, it's not long before we go to war, which is actually happening right now. Why don't we ask them what they want? And for sure they have voiced and they have said it, that they want referendum. Why? Because for a long time they do not have a mutual understanding with the rest of the Nigeria nation. They are not understood. They are marginalized for such a long time. They are not wanted by the rest of the Nigerian government. So the best thing is to take them to a referendum so that we know exactly what they want and separate them if that is exactly what they want. Why? Because if we continue like this, these are crises not only in Nigeria, but it will have a ripple effect to the bordering countries. And with time, it will have a big effect to the African countries. As I'm talking, Africa has the largest immigrants to the world. It has the largest refugees to the rest of the continents. Why is that so? It's because of such crises that we can see in Biafra and Amazonia and other countries like Sudan. So I think before we even move forward, it's very important that we give or they're given referendum. From there, they can be able to sort out the rest of the challenges. And it's quite unfortunate because we have diplomatic missions in Nigeria. Why can't they take that issue with them and sort it out? Why are they quiet? Why is the world quiet when Biafrans are suffering? Why is the world quiet when we know very well that such issues can affect the whole of the whole of the African continent? It's quite sad, and that's why as Punchline Africa TV will continue talking to the world and saying that these people need a referendum. They're not needed. If you honestly you don't need me in your space, give me what I want so that I can self-govern myself, which I think it's a good way and a diplomatic way of allowing people to go their way.
That would be cool. Coupled with that, I would like you to approach it from a different angle altogether. What probably could have informed this agitation for, of course, separation, for a referendum to go separate ways between, of course, Nigeria and the people of Biafra? Let's approach it from that angle as you and ask ourselves, what probably can we do to see into it that we find a healing in this divide?
Yeah, I think it's paramount to understand that for starters, there was no redemption, and the word you just used, healing, from the first Biafran crisis in 1967, to the 3 years fighting. And if you remember very well, there was a brief period where they got their independence, and then the Nigerian military decided to send all the planes to just bomb indiscriminately anybody who was found in that region. And those scars are passed on in what is called transgenerational trauma. You don't even have to tell your child about this. It's the same thing that affects most African countries. You don't really need to tell your child, hate this person or hate this person, but the way you behave and the way you talk about these things and the tone with which you use, your children pick that, and then they grow up with that. They send it to their children and their children's children, and each generation comes forth understanding their history and knowing very well that we are the people who have been marginalized in a country where we are one of the most, we are creating profit. We're bringing GDP, one of the highest rates of GDP. We're bringing the largest group of intelligent people. We're bringing the largest group of talented people. And yet we are the people who are not benefiting from all this. And this crisis goes on in most of the countries that we are finding, we are finding, in the African continent with protests currently like Amazonia and Ethiopia. If you bring in another angle of...
All right, please let me know if my voice is coming out clear now. Please let me know so we can continue. Very, very important. Let me know. If you can hear me, please let me know in the comment section, my wonderful people of Biafra and, of course, lovers of freedom. Can you hear me? The very moment we went into the main point that has brought us here today, boom. Boom. Osetia. The very moment. Because that very chapter, or should I say page, that very page 27 was the straw that breaks the camel's back. That page 27, once I'm done with that page 27 this evening, those of you who have been confused all this while, we know your stand. Those of you who didn't know where you stand, will definitely come to realization, will definitely know your stand. Once I'm done with the page 27, which I'm bringing back now, you all will know where you stand. So relax, calm down. One thing I will assure you, one thing I will promise you is that, listen, because I did not listen to any of them, any of these two groups fighting, I didn't listen to their personal and individual conversations. I wanted a meeting. I called for a meeting. They disappointed me. They all disappointed me. So I have to go and follow the Biafra law. Because we have a law already. We already have a law which all of them. Somebody say, please go back to page 26. Okay, fine. I will start from the ending part of page 20. Maybe that is where my voice, maybe I don't know if it was attack or what. And I also want to use this opportunity to announce that we are no longer, in fact, let me keep that one for now. We'll get there later. So I'm bringing it back to the screen. I am not in any way following anybody. Right? I am showing you where our Prime Minister stands. And wherever our Prime Minister stands, that is where I stand. And our Prime Minister cannot enact law and do otherwise. Something that has been signed into law of Biafra, which they all joined together to sign. Which all of them joined together and signed into law in Finland during the convention. So, in as much as that is where our Prime Minister stands, then I will have no problem standing there at the same time. Now, I'm going to continue with the ending part of the page 26 because someone has already asked me to go back to page 26. Probably that is where my voice stopped, coming out. Can you hear me? Please let me know in the comment section so that I will continue immediately without wasting any further time. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, please? If my voice is coming out clear, let me know now so we continue. Very, very important. All right, so we'll continue now. Let us continue. Now, functions of BDFG. The sole function of Biafra Republic Government in Exile and Biafra de facto government is to carry out the mandate of the Biafra de facto government as stated in the Biafra Charter Authorization. BLGIE shall respect laws of host communities in furtherance of this mandate. BLGIE shall respect international laws dealing with self-determination and protection of human rights and rely in particular on the Geneva Convention's Protocol 2. BDFG will work with our peoples at home in Biafra territory and in Nigeria, cognizant of the state of Nigeria's occupational forces foisted over our people, to keep alive and project Biafra's sovereignty and independence in accordance with the mandate, and to mobilize. Now, pay attention. I want you to remember here because we are going into the next page. And to mobilize, right? To mobilize and do what again? Or one day about this evening. After this broadcast, now, and to mobilize from the other page, Now, this is page 27. Organize and manage our people for socio-political activism in order to carry out our resolve for self-determination. Now, listen and listen very, very attentively, my Biafran people. At all times, the functions of BLGIE and BLGH, Biafra Republic Government in Homeland, are to be well coordinated, harmonious, complementary, and seamless. Following the liberation of Biafra from Nigeria, the Biafra de facto government, now, this is where we are now. It says, following the liberation of Biafra from Nigeria, the Biafra de facto government consisting of BLGIE and BLGH together shall form the nucleus of the transitional government of Biafra. Oh, should I explain it? Do you want me to explain it in Igbo language so that you will understand it? Following the liberation of Biafra from Nigeria. It did not say following the redeclaration of Biafra in Finland. It said following the liberation of Biafra from Nigeria. The liberation. Following the liberation of Biafra from Nigeria, the Biafra de facto government, consisting of BLGIE and BLGH together, BLGIE meaning Biafra Republic Government in exile, and BLGH, Biafra Republic Government in homeland, together shall form the nucleus of transitional government of Biafra, which is exactly what the Prime Minister talked about. The conversation, the broadcast that I played for you before we entered into this very Biafra charter, where I will still play it again for you if you want, where our Prime Minister talked about transitional government when the recognition starts coming in. I hope you outline that. I hope you remember that. Now, this very Biafra charter, the Biafran law, says the Biafra Republic Government in exile and Biafra Republic Government in the homeland together shall form the nucleus of transitional government of Biafra. And remember, it says here, following the liberation of Biafra from Nigeria. Don't let these words confuse you. Following the liberation of Biafra from Nigeria. It never said following the declaration of Biafra in Finland. Following the liberation of Biafra from Nigeria, the Biafra de facto government, consisting BLGI and BLGH, together shall form the nucleus of the transitional government of Biafra. Do you know what it means? BLGIE, Biafra Republic Government in exile, together, when you all in exile must have come back home with all your offices. You have come, minister of this, minister of that, all of you will come back home after the liberation of Biafra, when the United Nations must have recognized our existence as a nation and our flag hosted high at the United Nations Geneva. Our flag hosted high, flying high in Geneva, United Nations. Then all of you who are serving under the Biafra Republic Government in exile will come back home with joy and gladness. Now meet all of us who are in de facto government in the homeland here. You all shall meet us here. We will all come together and then form the nucleus of transitional government of Biafra. Even na kowalogi be federal on our own law. Not what I'm not talking just to talk, just for talking sake. I am telling you what is written on our own law, that all of them signed on 20th of October 2023, where they all gather for the first convention in Finland. That is what I'm translating to you. That is what I'm reading for you. Shall form the nucleus of the transitional government of Biafra, known as TGB, under the direction of the peoples of the nation of Biafra, in order to conduct Oh my goodness me, my brain is busting. After this, if you want to go and read for yourself, I will allow you to go there, go and read. You can even read it online. I will send you the link if you want the link. Go there and read. It is under Biafra government, not under me. I do not control it. Now, under the direction of the peoples of the nation of Biafra, in order to conduct the governmental affairs of Biafra, remember, guided by the Biafra Charter. Una na fukwa ya ofuma, or do you want me to zoom it again? Una cholo can zoom kwa ya ozok. Let me try. Not me. I am not the one saying. I am reading for you what the government of Biafra said. What the law of Biafra said. Not what I'm saying, not what I want. It is not what I want. We are following the rule of law made available by the Biafran people that gathered to sign it into law, and supervised by the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in Exile, His Excellency Ekpa Simon Njoko, signed into law. And since then, this very charter is what we have been following till now. It says, following the liberation of Biafra from Nigeria, the Biafra de facto government consisting of BLGI and BLGH together shall form the nucleus of the transitional government of Biafra TGB under the direction of the peoples of Biafra nation, of the peoples of the nation of Biafra, in order to conduct the governmental affairs of Biafra. By that time, we have not even started talking about dissolution or dissolving or whatever. No. This, according to the law, it says the Biafra government in exile will come back home and join the Biafra de facto government in the homeland together and form what is called the Transitional Government of Biafra, TGB, under the direction of the peoples of the nation of Biafra, in order to do what? In order, follow the mouse, in order to conduct the governmental affairs of Biafra, guided by the Biafra Charter, for a period not to exceed 4 years. Now, when the BLGIE, Biafra Republic Government in Exile, will merge together with the Biafra de facto government in the homeland to form what is called transitional government, then this transitional government will run the affairs of Biafra nation for a period not exceeding 4 years. That time, we have not even talked about the dissolution of the government. You cannot operate in a vacuum. You people should, you don't mess me, don't make me mad. I am highly intelligent. I am too intelligent to be deceived with a mere rhetorics. I am extremely intelligent to be deceived with a mere rhetorics or propaganda. I pass that level. Before now, that the BLGIE will join the de facto government in the homeland to run the affairs of Biafra nation for a period not exceeding 4 years, and during which Biafra, follow the mouse now, during which Biafra puts formal structures in place to continue and to succeed as a nation under a permanent constitution of the nation of Biafra. I am reading and interpreting law for you, the Biafran law. And by now, we haven't even talked about the dissolution of the Biafra government in exile. You cannot dissolve the government in exile only for you to form another government in exile. Who does that? Who in his right senses will buy this shenanigan, this whole this idea that is flying all over the social media? Who in his right sense of mind will buy this shenanigan, this rubbish? You cannot operate in a vacuum. If you have issues with anybody, come, let us discuss it and find a way forward. If you think you cannot work with anybody, maybe that person is an obstacle to you, maybe that person cannot listen to you, come, let us discuss it. We'll find a better solution. You cannot operate in a vacuum. When you are going home this evening or this night or this afternoon, depending on your location, go home with this word that you cannot operate in a vacuum. The second word I want you to go home with is that you cannot dissolve a government in exile only for you to, produce or to form another government in exile again. What is your motive? How do you dissolve a government in exile and form another government in exile again? Do you want us to start deceiving ourselves? Biafra has been restored. Biafra has come. This government now is the one that will now run Biafra. Are you not in exile? Are you at home? You are not at home. The Biafra law, the Biafra charter is telling us that the Biafra government in exile will come back home and join the Biafra de facto government in the homeland to form what is called a transitional government and run the affairs of Biafra for no less than 4 years, during which Biafra puts formal structures in place to continue and to succeed as a nation under a permanent constitution of the nation of Biafra. Now, let us see the concluding part of it. This part will melt your heart. This same law of Biafra, signed into law on October 20th, 2023, said, the conduct of the Biafra de facto government shall at all times adhere to the basic principles and laws of the Biafra Charter. This same charter, not another charter, this same charter. And then the term of BDFG, Biafra de facto government, shall last from now. The term. Do you know the meaning of the term? Oh my goodness me. God in heaven is wonderful. The term, not the times, not times. The term, first term, second term, third term, fourth term, whatever. Tinubu is currently in his first term. Joe Biden is currently in his first term, which is almost expired, and then they will usher a way to a new president, Donald Trump. Now, the term of Biafra de facto government. Remember that BDFG is a house. That houses the Biafra de facto government in the homeland and the Biafra government in exile. Now, the term of BDFG shall last from now, October 20th, 2023, which is the day this charter was constituted and signed into law by all Biafrans who gathered in Finland from all walks of life during our first convention in October 2023. It says, the term that Biafra government will be in power, Biafra government in exile and Biafra government in the homeland, shall last from now, October 20th, This is the final straw that breaks the camel's back. After now, you don't dare call me on phone and ask me again, Biafra, you know what is going on. After this very last part, the term of BDFG, which is Biafra government in exile and in the homeland, shall last from now, October 20th, 2023, until Biafra is fully liberated. Until Biafra is fully liberated from Nigerian occupation. Oh, God in heaven, I thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jehovah. Any other thing anybody is telling you outside this charter is a false and is concocted. It does not hold water and it can never ever stand. Any other thing anybody is doing or telling you outside this charter can never stand. Anybody telling you any other thing outside this Biafran charter can never ever stand. As far as I know, it's not even my power. God would disgrace anybody trying to pull this Biafra down or trying to stop the Biafra freedom. If you want to start your own thing, tell the entire Biafra that you have started your own thing, and don't come to deceive us with a mere rhetorics. It cannot happen. Or emotions. It cannot happen. Now, the term of BDF, let me take it again before we continue. The term of BDFG, which Biafra Republic Government in Exile and Homeland, the time they will be in power, shall last from now, October 20th, 2023, until Biafra is fully liberated. It didn't say until we declare Biafra in 2024. He said until Biafra is fully liberated from Nigerian occupation. He did not say you are going to rule until Biafra is redeclared, on whether you declare it on 29th or on 29th October, or you declare it on 2nd of December, and then you will now dissolve. He did not say that. So anything you do outside this charter is treason, and you will pay dearly for it. You will pay dearly for it. I'm telling you, I swear you will pay dearly for it. Anything you do outside this constitution, you will pay for it. I'm telling you. Now, look at it here, until Biafra is fully liberated from Nigerian occupation. Is Nigeria not occupying Biafra territory as I'm speaking to you right now? The answer is yes. They are occupying our territory because their military barracks are still here. Their police stations are still here. Their law courts are still here. Their airways is still under our roof. Their navy is here. Their air force is here. Their road safety is here. Their DSS are here. They are all here. We, the Biafran people, are still living under the occupation of Nigeria. So Biafra is not yet liberated. If we want to tell ourselves the truth, let us be sincere. Those of you who don't like truth, because eziokwu na-agba agba na ntị. Eziokwu na-agba agba na ntị. Eziokwu na ife ọ na-agba na ntị bụ tawam, tawam, tawam. If you get now, it says, it is very clear here. If you don't know how to read it, send me a message so that I can forward you the link. It is in the internet. You can go and read for yourself. The term of Biafra government in exile and homeland shall last from now, October 20th, 2023, until Biafra is fully liberated from Nigerian occupation. Then it says immediately after the full, it still mentioned that. So those of you who are confused, unless you want to operate outside the charter of Biafra that Prime Minister is proud of, now he has talked about several times. If you want to operate outside the law of Biafra, then you can go on and do whatever you want to do. But Akama Aderoya, my hands are not clear, are not there. When the Prime Minister comes out, because he's going to come, all these ones doing all this, do you know what I don't know? Do you know what Biafrans don't know? What do you know about Prime Minister's situation? If you have put him in prison already, and you know very well that he's no longer coming out, tell us, let us know. These ones you are doing, are you letting us know that PM is now in the same situation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Because the last time I checked, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the zoo where the rule of law does not exist. PM is in Finland where rule of law is the order of the day. So if you know that there is something we don't know that you know that PM is no longer coming out, or it's not even coming out anytime soon, that you have the time to destroy the government, you have the time to destroy the freedom march, then tell us. Let us know, be open, and stop confusing the I don't want to call Biafrans the gullible, but those who want to be confused. Stop confusing them so so that all of them will focus. Please. Now, what did he say after the term of the government? What did he say again? He says immediately after the full liberation of Biafra. He didn't say after the declaration of Biafra. He says immediately after the full liberation of Biafra, the Biafra de facto government shall transform into the transitional government of Biafra, known as TGB, during which Biafra's socio-political and civic structures shall be put in place, a period not to exceed 4 years. At the conclusion of that period, the transitional government of Biafra TGB shall unconditionally cease to exist. Bam. Odogoganya. Odogoganya. Anybody who did whatever outside this constitution is what is called treasonable offense, and you will pay dearly for it. I'm telling you the truth. You know whoever has sent you, I don't know. Whoever has sent you, you know it, me, I don't know. But if you do anything outside this constitution, you shall pay dearly. I'm telling you the truth. It is clear, everything is clear here. I did not come here to sit down here and start talking, shouting, calling people's names. No. Telling you, Nigeria government, no. Biafran people have gone beyond that explanatory explanations. When the good men keep quiet, evil will thrive. That is the word of our Prime Minister. I played it before the beginning of this broadcast. If you like, I can repeat it again. So we cannot continue to keep quiet. I have called for meeting, they ignored it. And it's time for me to come and say what I know. Not what I know about their fracas. Not what I know about their misunderstanding, because I don't know anything about their misunderstanding, as they refused to come for a meeting that I called. So I have come here to tell Biafrans about what I know about the freedom that we are fighting for. I don't care whatever that is causing their fracas. And after reading this and interpreting them, I will now tell you what I want to tell. I have something to tell you which I have not said. I haven't said what I want to say. I will say it later. Now, when the BLGIE, the Biafra Republic government in exile, and Biafra de facto government in the homeland must have marched together to form a transitional government, it says, follow the mouse now, the transitional government of Biafra, TGB, shall unconditionally cease to exist. And when is that? It says here, look at it here, during which Biafra, let me take it from here, the Biafra de facto government shall transform. Remember, Biafra de facto government is in two forms, which I read from beginning. The first part is BLGIE, and the second part is the BDFG, Biafra de facto government in the homeland. You understand? So they are in one Biafra de facto government. Now, he says, shall transform into the transitional government after we have fully liberated our Biafra from Nigeria. During which Biafra socio-political, how do you dissolve a government in exile without having socio-political and civic structures put in place? Only for you to form another de facto Biafra Republic government in exile. So the one that is running is already has a care leg. And this care leg is because the Prime Minister is not around. This care leg is because the Prime Minister is arrested and is, responding to the Finnish authority to show them why he's doing what he's doing. Then his government that is under his own care now all of a sudden has a care leg. Therefore, it has to be dissolved, and a brand new government in exile is formed. Who does that? How do you dissolve a government in exile only for you to form another government in exile? Are you home? Is it a national government? The one that you people say you claim that you are forming. Is it really Biafra government? Is it really a national government of Biafra? The one you claim you are forming. Is it still the same government in exile? Or is it Biafra national government, which should be here with the office of the president or the prime minister here in homeland, with our own military here in the homeland, with our police station here in homeland, with our military barracks, air force base, everything here physically? Do you have it? How do you dissolve a government in exile to form another government in exile? What is the motion? What is the motive? Now it says, the transitional government of Biafra, TGB, shall unconditionally cease to exist after the period of 4 years and shall be replaced by a duly constituted government of Biafra. A duly constituted government of Biafra. After the transitional government of Biafra has ceased to exist, after running the affairs of Biafra for 4 years, thereby putting in place socio-political and civic structures. Follow the mouse. Socio-political and civic structures. Then we will have election. The Biafra people will have the opportunity to vote their respective leaders from whichever office they want them to occupy. Then the transitional government will then cease to exist, and then it shall be replaced by a duly constituted government of Biafra following a constitutional conference. Bam! Did you see that? Have you seen it? Following a constitutional conference, which includes the formation of the constitutional government of Biafra, which is the one that is going to be recognized, have its own chair and table at the United Nations, not the one in the exile. Biafra government, any government in exile does not have table in the United Nations. It's not possible. There is no any government in exile that has table in the United Nations. You can't even attend their meeting. You can't. You cannot attend their meeting. You are not invited because you are not a constitutional government. You are a government in exile. Until you liberate yourself from the mother nation, from the occupying nation, then the United Nations will recognize you and give you your own table in the community of nations in the United Nations. It's very clear. It is very, very clear. Anybody who does not understand it, I am sorry. I won't help you. The only help I will give you is what you are seeing now. Now, having shown you all this, I want you to take my word today for me. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do moving forward. What I'm going to do, if you like, listen, if you like, you can call it whatever. What I had is that the Biafra Republic government in exile is hereby dissolved. So you can call it whatever name, rearrangement, or whatever you like, you can call it. It's none of my business. What I had on the stage is that Biafra Republic government in exile is hereby dissolved, which can never, ever happen. It is not on our constitution. It's not on our charter. So now, as I have exposed this, they can change the word tomorrow. I've even seen some words being changed. in the comment section. They're now telling me that the Biafra government in exile is not dissolved. It is a rearrangement. How do you keep on confusing people? In the comment section, let me even show it, because tomorrow that will be the order of the day. Let me even show it. And you dissolve it. After dissolving it, who is the leader then? Who appoint who? So, let me even show it. Let me even show it in this on the screen. Where is that comment? This one got me wondering. The statement, the language is now changing. Where is it? Where is it? Where is the word? Where is that word? Look at it here. Let me show it. At least credit to. Let me give him the credit, even though his brain is not functioning. He says, Odenawa, stop misleading our people with that statement. Government is not dissolved. Rather, the cabinet to form another. At least now is on the screen. So please, I'm waiting. I'm looking forward for the change of the statement tomorrow, that it was not dissolved, rather it was reshuffled, or the cabinet to form another, or whatever, cabinet changes or whatever. I want to start hearing it tomorrow. So let me know that it's no longer dissolved tomorrow, rather it is reshuffled. So that when we bring the video, that the announcement that was made on the stage, where the whole world, who are very, very wide, they made mockery of us. The whole world is aware that you cannot operate in a vacuum. The world is aware that you cannot operate in a vacuum. And you come out on the stage where the whole world is watching during our convention, and make such blunder. Do you know what it means when the whole world is watching? You come out to make such blunder when we have a charter that states the whole the step by step of how this government will be run and how it will finally cease to exist. And you know this charter, you are signatory to this charter, you were there in October 20th, 2023, when this charter was was signed into law. You were there, you put your own signature, only for you to come back on stage where the whole world is watching and announce the dissolution of the same government that you serve. So where is your own office? Where is your own office? Who appoints who? So tomorrow, please, as this idiot has written in the comment section, I want to hear people start confusing. Now I feel as I don't chatter the table. Now the confusing words will continue to to come up. Now it will no longer be dissolution. It will, from tomorrow, you start hearing it's actually the change of cabinet. Is actually we don't pass that level. We have gone beyond that. Somebody like me who is fully rooted into this struggle. Do you know how we fought to restore sanity, to restore the then Eastern Security Network? These people who are talking on social media, they have no connection. They don't know anything about Biafra Liberation Army. They have no contact to Biafra Liberation Army. They know nothing, absolutely nothing about Biafra Liberation Army. Absolutely nothing. I'm telling you, they know nothing about BLA. They'll come here and start telling talking nonsense on social media. We have gone beyond. I am too wise to be deceived. That's why everybody is calling me. Oh, everybody from all angles is calling me, because they know that I am the one who is going to chatter the table. I always come with the reality. I always come with not just the truth, but with physical evidence, substantial one indeed. Now me, Biafra United, scatter the table. Now me, because I am uncontrollable, you can never control me. It is impossible. You can never control me. You can never ever control me. It is impossible. If you know you have anything against me, you have a voice note against me, you have my conversation with you is recorded, play it to the public. And when you are playing it, make sure that you play it complete from beginning to the end. Because if you play any part without playing it in full, I will help you to play the full record. I will help you to play the full record. So if you know anything you have, you want to use against me, bring it to the public and make sure you bring the full record, or else I will help you. And when I help you, you will disappear. You will disappear from the internet. I'm telling you. So now, having shown all these, evidences from the Biafran Charter, which everybody signed their signature in this charter to adopt it as a law to govern Biafra government and Biafran people until the full liberation of Biafra, and then we'll have a constitution. Then I want to make it clear today, my fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom. After this, I may give opportunity to some people to make comments, or I will shut down. It is important to note, pay attention now, I am making an announcement. It is important to note that we all who want the freedom of the Biafran people and Biafra nation are financing this very movement to restore Biafra, to restore independence, to liberate. Let me start using that word because that is the word that is used in this charter. To finance the total liberation of Biafra from the damnable zoological republic. I want to tell you, as you all know, that Mazi Ogenkere, who happens to be the finance minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, with his team, if there's anything like that, with his team, if there's anything like, if he has a team, is the one in charge of the finance of the Biafra Republic government in exile. And you all know that the Biafra liberation is anchored, number one, on the armed struggle led by the Biafra Liberation Army, or should I say the Biafra Defense Forces. Biafra Defense Forces. And Mazi Ogenkere, as the finance minister, is the one to hold responsible should the Biafra Liberation Army lack anything moving forward. I'm making it clear because don't think that I have, exposed this and then therefore I become a darling to Ogenkere. No, I don't communicate with him. I've stopped communication with them, all of them, everybody. And I'm sure he's listening now. It is in the open that he, Ogenkere, is the finance minister of the BLGIE, and Biafra Defense Forces cannot operate without finance. Listen and listen very good is an announcement, a very important one indeed. So as we continue to fund the liberation of Biafra through the same means that the Prime Minister of BLGIE and the Biafra government at large made public to the whole world, I want to let you know it is important to let all Biafrans know that since Mazi Ogenkere is the finance minister of BLGIE and Biafrans continue to donate to the same account and the official website of the Biafra Republic government in exile. It is important to know that should in case anything happens to to Biafra Defense Forces in terms of lacking finance or funding, we already know who to hold responsible. It is Mazo Genkere, because he is in charge of finance. As we continue to fund the liberation of Biafra through the authentic means made available by the BLGIE government and, of course, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, His Excellency Mazi Simon Ekpa. It is very, very important to let him know that we all understand that BLGIE and Biafra government, Biafra Defense Forces are working hand in hand, and it takes finance to function as Biafra Defense Forces. So, if we begin, or not even we, me personally, me, because
remain adamant that probably is not going to allow this. He said the unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable. That clearly indicates that he's not going to relent in his push to silence any voice of dissenting as far as that position is concerned. So which way forward to heal the divide between or amongst the Nigerians, especially on Biafra crisis?
I think the best thing is to ask them what they want. I remember one time Professor Wole Soyinka said, if we can continue fighting Biafrans for such a long time, it's not long before we go to war, which is actually happening right now. Why don't we ask them what they want? And for sure they have voiced and they have said it, that they want referendum. Why? Because for a long time, they do not have a mutual understanding with the rest of the Nigeria nation. They are not understood. They are marginalized for such a long time. They are not wanted by the rest of the Nigerian government. So the best thing is to take them to a referendum so that we know exactly what they want and separate them if that is exactly what they want. Why? Because if we continue like this, these are crises not only in Nigeria, but it will have a ripple effect to the bordering countries. And with time, it will have a big effect to the African countries. As I'm talking, Africa has the largest immigrants to the world. It has the largest refugees to the rest of the continents. Why is that so? It's because of such crises that we can see in Biafra and Amazonia and other countries like Sudan. So I think before we even move forward, it's very important that we give or they're given referendum. From there, they can be able to sort out the rest of the challenges. And it's quite unfortunate because we have diplomatic missions in Nigeria. Why can't they take that issue with them and sort it out? Why are they quiet? Why is the world quiet when Biafrans are suffering? Why is the world quiet when we know very well that such issues can affect the whole of the African continent? It's quite sad, and that's why as Punchline Africa TV will continue talking to the world and saying that these people need a referendum. They're not needed. If you honestly you don't need me in your space, give me what I want so that I can self-govern myself, which I think it's a good way and a diplomatic way of allowing people to go their way.
That would be cool. Coupled with that, I would like you to approach it from a different angle altogether. What probably could have informed this agitation for, of course, separation, for a referendum to go separate ways between, of course, Nigeria and the people of Biafra? Let's approach it from that angle as you and ask ourselves, what probably can we do to see into it that we find a healing in this divide?
Yeah, I think it's paramount to understand that for starters, there was no redemption, and the word you just used, healing, from the first Biafran crisis in 1967, to the 3 years fighting. And if you remember very well, there was a brief period where they got their independence, and then the Nigerian military decided to send all the planes to just bomb indiscriminately anybody who was found in that region. And those scars are passed on in what is called transgenerational trauma. You don't even have to tell your child about this. It's the same thing that affects most African countries. You don't really need to tell your child, hate this person or hate this person, but the way you behave and the way you talk about these things and the tone with which you use, your children pick that, and then they grow up with that. They send it to their children and their children's children, and each generation comes forth understanding their history and knowing very well that we are the people who have been marginalized in a country.
All right, I believe we are back. Please let me know if you can hear my voice, because I want to make a public announcement before the end of this very broadcast. Let me know in the comment section if my voice is back so we can continue. Very, very important. It doesn't matter the attack. It doesn't matter whether it's from the internet or whatever. No problem. The gospel must be preached and the message must be delivered. Now, in conclusion, based on what I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by the network. We all understand that Biafra Defense Forces can only operate when there is available finance. And the finance minister is Mazi Ogenkere. I want to let him know that we, the Biafran people, are going to hold you, Mazi Ogenkere, responsible should anything happens to Biafra Defense Forces. Should we, not when we begin to hear, because during the time of DOS, they were sending some people to disguise as the ESN members to make videos shouting on social media that they are hungry. I know my own contacts. I know my own contacts. I don't need anybody. I don't need anybody. I do not need anybody to tell me what is going on within the Biafra Liberation Army or Biafra Defense Forces. I don't need nobody. I know my own contacts. So, in order to make it very, very simple, I am sending a very strong and important message to Mazi Ogenkere this very evening or this night, depending on where you are listening from, that since he is the finance minister of the BLGIE and the Biafra Defense Forces cannot operate without finance. If I personally, not for anybody making video and posting it on social media claiming that they no longer receive funds, I don't need anybody to tell me when the Biafra Defense Forces are well equipped or when they are starved. If I personally realize that the Biafra Defense Forces are lacking, I will come out and make an announcement to let Biafrans know that they are no longer functioning. Therefore, Mazo Genkere, the Biafran people will hold you responsible for sure. So, this announcement is to make sure that everybody who is listening to me right now know that I am not in defense of anybody. That's why I went straight to the Biafran Charter, which of course is what stands with Mazi Samonepa, which is what Mazi Samonepa stands with. So, as we continue to financially support the liberation of Biafra through the official means made available by the Prime Minister and the Biafra Republic government in exile, which is officially known as the Biafra Republic Gov.org/donate, which is the official and authentic website to contribute and donate for the liberation of Biafra from the occupation of Nigeria. We all know where the fund is going. Biafra Republic Government gov.org/donate and IPOB in USA.org/donate remain the authentic website known for all Biafrans, and the Prime Minister Mazi Samonepa is the only any other thing is fraud. I said only official and authentic website that we all know. If Ngozi Orabueze is hosting fundraising tomorrow or anytime that she wants to host fundraising, and they send me the link, or I see the flyer and I see that the information there that the fund is going to Biafra Republic Gov.org/donate, I will post it, I will join the fundraising, and I will promote the fundraising to show you that I don't side anybody. I'm only standing with what our Prime Minister said and what our charter said, not what Ogenkere is saying. Even if there is any vote, for now, nobody is replacing the Prime Minister. How can Prime Minister be arrested and kept in custody for only 2 weeks? He has already been replaced. Is there anything you know that I don't know? Please tell us. Let us know.
remain adamant that he probably is not going to allow this. He said the unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable. That clearly indicates that he's not going to relent in his push to silence any voice of dissenting as far as that position is concerned. So which way forward to heal the divide between or amongst the Nigerians, especially on Biafra crisis?
I think the best thing is to ask them what they want. I remember one time Professor Wole Soyinka said, if we can continue fighting Biafrans for such a long time, it's not long before we go to war, which is actually happening right now. Why don't we ask them what they want? And for sure they have voiced and they have said it, that they want referendum. Why? Because for a long time, they do not have a mutual understanding with the rest of the Nigeria nation. They are not understood. They are marginalized for such a long time. They are not wanted by the rest of the Nigerian government. So the best thing is to take them to a referendum so that we know exactly what they want and separate them if that is exactly what they want. Why? Because if we continue like this, these are crises not only in Nigeria, but it will have a ripple effect to the bordering countries. And with time, it will have a big effect to the African countries. As I'm talking, Africa has the largest immigrants to the world. It has the largest refugees to the rest of the continents. Why is that so? It's because of such crises that we can see in Biafra and Amazonia and other countries like Sudan. So I think before we even move forward, it's very important that we give or they're given referendum. From there, they can be able to sort out the rest of the challenges. And it's quite unfortunate because we have diplomatic missions in Nigeria. Why can't they take that issue with them and sort it out? Why are they quiet? Why is the world quiet when Biafrans are suffering? Why is the world quiet when we know very well that such issues can affect the whole of the African continent? It's quite sad, and that's why as Punchline Africa TV will continue talking to the world and saying that these people need a referendum. They're not needed. If you don't need me in your space, give me what I want so that I can self-govern myself, which I think it's a good way and a diplomatic way of allowing people to go their way.
That would be cool. Coupled with that, I would like you to approach it from a different angle altogether. What probably could have informed this agitation for, of course, separation, for a referendum to go separate ways between, of course, Nigeria and the people of Biafra? Let's approach it from that angle as you and ask ourselves, what probably can we do to see into it that we find a healing in this divide?
Yeah, I think it's paramount to understand that for starters, there was no redemption, and the word you just used, healing, from the first Biafran crisis in 1967, to the 3 years fighting. And if you remember very well, there was a brief period where they got their independence, and then the Nigerian military decided to send all the planes to just bomb indiscriminately anybody who was found in that region. And those scars are passed on in what is called transgenerational trauma. You don't even have to tell your child about this. It's the same thing that affects most African countries. You don't really need to tell your child, hate this person or hate this person, but the way you behave and the way you talk about these things and the tone with which you use, your children pick that, and then they grow up with that. They send it to their children and their children's children, and each generation comes forth understanding their history and knowing very well that we are the people who have been marginalized in a country where we are one of the most, we are creating.
All right, let me know now if my voice is coming out again. Please let me know so that we can make this announcement and then conclude this very broadcast. If you can hear me, please let me know in the comment section. Very, very important. All right. Now, based on what I was saying before, again, I was rudely interrupted by the internet. It is very, very important to make this very all-important announcement to let the whole world know that in as much as Mazi Ogenkere is responsible for our finance, he must know that Biafra Liberation Army is counting on him. I did not do this exposition that I did today only for me to come tomorrow and see that Woto Woto is no longer happening on top of the zoo terrorists in our land. I did not do this exposition this evening for me to know or learn later that the Biafra Liberation Army is no longer functioning because of lack of funds. In as much as I am concerned, the Biafran people will continue to support this very liberation movement financially through the direct and official means, which is made available by the Prime Minister of the BRGIE and the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, which is biafrarepublicgov.org/donate, which is official. Any other thing is false. Any other thing is fake, completely fake. They should tell us who sent them. Prime Minister cannot be arrested within 1 week. Then everything is happening fast. The cabinet, the government dissolved, account changed, website almost hijacked. Who sent anybody who doing this? Who sent them? Last time I checked, the leader, the president of the Ambazonian Governing Council, Dr. Cho Ayaba, was arrested in Norway for the past 2 months. He's been there. And I have never heard before that anybody from the same Ambazonian Governing Council has come to take over from Dr. Cho Ayaba, knowing fully well that he has only gone there to answer for his dealings, which he is in a civilized world, and very soon he will be released. I did not hear that his position has been taken over. I've even started hearing that during the time of Mazi Simon Ekpa. I have started hearing it. I heard somebody who claimed to be a Biafran on the media saying during the time of Simon Ekpa. I was shocked. I got goosebumps when I swear God in heaven bear me witness. Somebody said during the time of Simon Ekpa, just within 2 weeks. So it's not because the last post our PM made was on the 18th of November, and today is just 11th. Just 2 weeks. Somebody is saying that during the time of Simon Ekpa, I don't understand how it works. Oh, Ozzy during
remain adamant that he probably is not going to allow this. He said the unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable. That clearly indicates that he's not going to relent in his push to silence any voice of dissent as far as that position is concerned. So which way forward to heal the divide between or amongst the Nigerians, especially on Biafra crisis?
I think the best thing is to ask them what they want. I remember one time Professor Wole Soyinka said, if we can continue fighting Biafrans for such a long time, it's not long before we go to war, which is actually happening right now. Why don't we ask them what they want? And for sure they have voiced and they have said it, that they want referendum. Why? Because for a long time they do not have a mutual understanding with the rest of the Nigeria nation. They are not understood. They are marginalized for such a long time. They are not wanted by the rest of the Nigerian government. So the best thing is to take them to a referendum so that we know exactly what they want and separate them if that is exactly what they want. Why? Because if we continue like this, these are crises not only in Nigeria, but it will have a ripple effect to the bordering countries. And with time, it will have a big effect to the African countries. As I'm talking, Africa has the largest immigrants to the world. It has the largest refugees to the rest of the continents. Why is that so? It's because of such crises that we can see in Biafra and Amazonia and other countries like Sudan. So I think before we even move forward, it's very important that we give or they're given referendum. From there, they can be able to sort out the rest of the challenges. And it's quite unfortunate because we have diplomatic missions in Nigeria. Why can't they take that issue with them and sort it out? Why are they quiet? Why is the world quiet when Biafrans are suffering? Why is the world quiet when we know very well that such issues can affect the whole of the African continent? It's quite sad, and that's why as Punchline Africa TV will continue talking to the world and saying that these people need a referendum. They're not needed. If you honestly you don't need me in your space, give me what I want so that I can self-govern myself, which I think it's a good way and a diplomatic way of allowing people to go their way.
That would be cool. Coupled with that, I would like you to approach it from a different angle altogether. What probably could have informed this agitation for, of course, separation, for a referendum to go separate ways between, of course, Nigeria and the people of Biafra? Let's approach it from that angle, as you and ask ourselves, what probably can we do to see into it that we find a healing in this divide?
Yeah, I think it's paramount to understand that for starters, there was no redemption, and the word you just used, healing, from the first Biafran crisis in 1967, to the 3 years fighting. And if you remember very well, there was a brief period where they got their independence, and then the Nigerian military decided to send all the planes to just bomb indiscriminately anybody who was found in that region. And those scars are passed on in what is called transgenerational trauma. You don't even have to tell your child about this. It's the same thing that affects most African countries. You don't really need to tell your child, hate this person or hate this person, but the way you behave and the way you talk about these things and the tone with which you use, your children pick that, and then they grow up with that. They send it to their children and their children's children, and each generation comes forth understanding their history and knowing very well that we are the people who have been marginalized in a country where we are one of the most, we are creating profit. We're bringing GDP, one of the highest rates of GDP. We're bringing the largest group of intelligent people. We're bringing the largest group of talented people. And yet we are the people who are not benefiting from all this. And this crisis goes on in most of the countries that...
All right. I am very sure my voice is back, though I don't know how long it can stay. I am sure my voice is back. Agents of darkness, they are demanding to see my face. No, the same method of DOS. I get it. It's not a new thing. I made an announcement. I warned them the first time I heard the news that there's division. People are, I don't know what they were dragging. I made an announcement. I said that, look, don't make me take this route, because I don't want to take this route because I've done it before. I warned them. Agents of darkness. They are requesting for my video. You can't do it better than Kenguru Ago. You can't do it better than DOS members. You can't do it better than 7,000 teeth. You can't do it better than the wannabe Simon Ekpa in Germany. You can't do it better than them. Agents of darkness. They are demanding for my video. They are demanding for my video. They want to see my video. We have gone beyond that. We have gone beyond that. We have passed through this land before. So it's not a new thing. But like as I said, I will not do saga with anybody. Go on, all those content creators, go on. I give you the permission. Go on and rant about Biafra Unite on your social media platforms. Go ahead. Rant as much as you care. I don't care. And I have said, if you have any of my voice note or any of my conversation with you or with anybody, don't hesitate to play it in the public. Don't hesitate to play it. And when you are playing it, make sure you play it in full from beginning till the end. Because if you play half of it, I will help you to play the full part of it. And once I do, you are gone. Just know that you are finished. So when you are playing my voice, make sure you play it in full. Please, don't hesitate to play it. Make sure you don't hesitate to play anything you have against me. Play it. I want you to play it. Use it for your content. Very, very important. In conclusion, because of time, this is now 27 minutes past. 27 minutes. 3 hours, 27 minutes. We have been here, so we will be ending as soon as possible. I'm sorry. Maybe tomorrow I will be able to open the link for Biafrans to come and join me to speak. But for now, my message is very clear. And remember that I have said something to the finance minister, Mazi Ogenkere. Very, very important. When you are going home this evening, go with this. That in as much as Biafrans continue to support and finance this very liberation movement through the official website made available by our Prime Minister, which is biafrarepublicgov.org/donate. We, the Biafran people, will continue to hold Mazi Ogenkere responsible should anything happens to our gallant men. No, we will continue to hold him responsible for the well-being and the liberation fight which is anchored in the hands of the Biafra Defense Forces. Other things they do, which includes the diplomatic fight with our lobbies and all that, I know about it. They should continue doing it. But this fight we are fighting here, which is the main thing that is going to give us freedom here. If anything happens to this fight, the same way you hear me today coming to expose what you don't know or what you didn't know because you know it now, is the same way I will come again to tell Biafrans that, look, our defense forces is no longer intact. Omanjim no nkusikwifa now. I am not picking call from anybody. Nobody is calling me. I don't need to have any conversation with anybody. I don't need to have any conversation with anybody. Don't call me, please. Do not call me. The only thing I want to receive is the link to fundraising. I will join. I will hook up my channel. I will be there. I will join. In as much as that fund is going to biafrarepublicgov.org, which is official. If Ngozi Orebeze is hosting fundraising tomorrow or anytime he wants to host fundraising, and I look at the information on the flyer, and the fund is going to the official website of the Biafra government, I will support it. I will promote it. I will even be there once I see that the fund is going to the appropriate channel, which is biafrarepublicgov.org/donate. Any other thing is fake, complete fake. Any other thing is fake. What they want to do is to corner Biafrans, to starve the Biafra Liberation Army from funds. That is what Musa said. Musa said, starve them from funding. Musa said, starve them from funding. I will bring that very video. Musa said, do not, in fact, go home with this word. Musa said, when he was asked, what are we going to do? The person who asked him that question is this guy from Channels Television. What's the name of that guy? Can somebody remind me his name? This guy from Channels TV. What's the name? Can you hear me in the comment section? Can you remind me? Can you remind me? Shehu, thank you, Anthony Godwin. Shehu asked him, what are we going to do to stop them? Musa had only one answer, only but one answer. One answer. He said, stop the fund. I will bring the video maybe tomorrow. Musa said, stop the fund. That is the answer from Musa. In case you don't know, you better know it now. I will definitely bring that video on my next broadcast. Stop the fund. That was one answer from Musa. So anybody trying to corner Biafrans to start donating money to another thing, not that they need the money or they don't need the money, but they want to starve the fund, which is the objective and the answer from Musa. Not that they want to use your fund to build house, no. It's not that. They already have money. They are big women in abroad. They all have money, big women and big men in abroad. Once they divert you from funding the BLA through the appropriate channel, that Biafrans have been funding the BLA since our Prime Minister was here with us, and they divert you to another channel, you have automatically stopped the fund as Musa requested. So please, everybody must be very, very vigilant. The time ahead is evil. Pay very good attention. If you haven't watched or you are just joining right now, you must go back and rewatch this broadcast from beginning. Don't skip any part because it's important. On that note, we will be ending this very broadcast. Ogen Kere, I want to tell you again that I personally, I am not on your side. If anything or somehow, I don't need anybody to tell me anything because I have my own contacts. If Biafra Liberation Army is no longer in place, while I know that Biafrans continue to fund the liberation through the rightful means, which is biafrarepublicgov.org/donate, I will still come out here and tell the Biafran people that you are the real enemy. So I will stand in that same form that our PM is standing. You cannot tell me that our PM was just held for 1 week. All of a sudden, boom, every place you go. Somebody was making broadcasts and say, during the time of Mazi Simon Ekpa, Eba wakan no we koja, egwu we bamaro. Najo, onweli fo no ma na maro. Are you communicating with PM? Is he held incommunicado? Even Mazin Nnamdi Kanu in the zoo, we are still hearing from him through his lawyer. I am aware that Mazi Samanepa was in court 3 days ago. Or for after fundraising, that was I think on Monday. On Monday, yes, 2 days ago, not even 3 days ago. 2 days ago, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in court. They didn't tell us. They didn't tell us. We didn't hear anything. They didn't tell us anything. So is he held incommunicado? Why nobody is telling the Biafran people something about our PM, his state of mind, his condition, how he's feeling? Are you talking to him? If you are speaking to him, can you call him on phone and put it on record the conversation, tell him that you have dissolved his government? He is no longer even in office. So therefore, he is no longer in office because his government has been dissolved. Please tell him like that and put it on record and let us hear his response. Then you come outside and play it for us. And the challenge I want to give anybody saying that Prime Minister said after the mere declaration of Biafra, the government will be dissolved. I am giving you a challenge this evening to bring that very video and play it in the public. Play that video in the public. If the Prime Minister said the government would dissolve after the declaration on 2nd of December, play it. Let me see how the Prime Minister will enact a law with the cabinet and Biafrans. State everything clear how we are going to move state by state, stage by stage, only for him to come back and say he will dissolve government after a declaration. Bring it. It's a challenge. Stop confusing us and telling us something that is not on record. Stop confusing us. Bring it to the public. I challenge you. And on that note, we have come to the end of this very broadcast. I thank you all for listening. I thank you all from the depth of my heart. I say thank you for joining me. Please, Basa Nozia na Awusa Bagoka. Awusa Nonoka. Nwegondi Jobi Akpowe Batani Faneme. Hiding under something since waiting to strike. And they have seen the perfect opportunity to strike. We are not going to allow that to happen. Mazi Samanepa said, when the good men keep silent, then the evil will thrive. And I cannot be considered a good man and keep silent and allow evil to thrive. It is not possible. It will be a great shame to me after all the fight I put in to rescue this very struggle from the hands of the criminal DOS, only for me to come now and keep silent for another Musa to appear to destroy our freedom when we are already at the point of it. Don't you know the reason why they are running up and down is because they have seen that we are already free. They cannot stand the firepower of the Biafra Liberation Army. That's why they are running up and down. Thank you all. I will see you again. Pray for Mazi Samanepa. Pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Pray for the liberation of Biafra. And of course, always pray for the Biafra Liberation Army for them to come out victorious. And at the end of the day, all of us will gather to celebrate the liberation of Biafra. Obin di ocha, onwa alusi nwelu je tuom de. Inwe alusi gatinye afam. Inwe ifo ni inwelu. Obro ofo ki inwelu. Kwa ya nani. Anything inwelu. Tinye afam de. Obu na akam di ocha. Oya agachi ya back to you. Obukwanu na akam adiro ocha. It will definitely come to me. Nobody pays me a dime. I challenge anybody who said they are paying me salary to bring it in the public. Anybody who has ever paid me salary, I said salary. Salary. Of course, I know. I cannot say that I have never been helped before. But if you know you have paid me salary or you are paying me salary, I want to call you that are paying me that salary, you a fool. You are an idiot. You're a very useless idiot for paying me salary because I'm fighting for my freedom. Bring it in the public. I don't collect any salary from anybody and I don't need it. I will always stand for what I believe in. And that's why Mazi Samonepa has never for one day had any issues with me. Even during the time of Nelly and Nsima, he never had any issues with me. We can have argument, disagreement, and for the fact that our hearts are clean, we all need freedom. We will always come to terms. We will always come to agreement at the end of the day. Thank you all. May God bless you and may God keep you. May God bless your handwork in order to continue to fund the liberation of Biafra. See you tomorrow from the depth of my heart, with all the love in my heart. I say good evening from here.